This is Confessions from the Dark Side, and this is Confessions from the Front Seat of the Impala, a supernatural discussion and breakdown series, and we are breaking down season 5 this time. I am Darcy Darkness, and I'm just going to go over a wee disclaimer first. We are full of so much adult content. Some may think it is unnecessary, and some may think of you that this isn't needed. If you are one of those people, then thanks for checking me out. But I will say this only once. If you can't stand the heat, then get the fuck out of my kitchen. Now, for everyone else who likes what I have here, then regular scheduled programming will continue. Shall we get started? Are we ready? So we have this season 5 supernatural breakdown here, and the recap from season 4 through to season 5 shows you in supernatural fashion. It breaks down with an awesome song usually, and this time it's Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Recap from the season pass Thunder. That's all you hear. Then, if you are not aware, angels are dicks, demons are dicks, Sam is gullible as fuck. Dean is the devoted brother, the warrior, the saviour. Are we up to date? Can we get started with season 5? Yes, we fucking can. So, all seals are broken, and it's from the ending of season 4, the death of Lilith, which was the last seal, which again was Sam being gullible and trusting Ruby. And we all know that Ruby had ulterior motives. She's a fucking demon at the end of the day. And the Lightbringer, which again at the end of the episode it shows you that something is going to come forth, and the Lightbringer is Lucifer, and Lucifer is now here on Earth, and he's not in the pit and he's not in hell anymore. So all we hear is high pitched noises and frequencies, which is worse actually than angel radio, which again is how they communicate. And the first episode of season 5 is Sympathy for the Devil, which again is a Rolling Stone song, and it's one of my favourite. It's a recap tying up loose ends from the previous season, which is really good because, as we said before, each season they seem to adapt a wee bit more, and tying up all these loose ends is much better than leaving a ton of plot holes, wouldn't you say? So it starts off with You Send Me Sam. The boys have randomly ended up in a plane, and they look really confused because they literally have jumped from the church with obviously the last seal been broken, and then they just end up in a plane. They don't know how the fuck they got there. Bright light, and the plane starts to go into distress, and then it comes up with a supernatural opening, and it's blood and water type effect. Welcome to season 5, basically. The boys are in Chuck's place, who is the guy who writes the supernatural stories that he thought were just an idea that came to him. He's actually a prophet, as Castiel calls him. This is where they stop calling him Castiel halfway through the season, and they actually start calling him Cass. The boys are in Chuck's place. It looks like a natural disaster has taken place, blood and mess everywhere, and then he hits Sam with a plunger. Yes, well, being hit with a toilet plunger is a wee bit disgusting, but he was. I'm assuming that it may be clean. Well, I'm hoping it's clean. Boys are in. Then Castiel exploded like a water balloon, apparently, so who knows where Castiel is or if he can come back, and what does that mean? Angel radio is those high pitched frequencies, and that's how they communicate. And again, it's only angels that can actually understand them. He can feel them. It's the angel playtime is over. Dean, keep your distance, asshat. Angels are saying that they didn't start it, they ended it. It's apocalypse now, it's synergy. This isn't a game, son. Angels explaining the rules of what's to come. Lucifer is looking for his vessel, which is basically he needs to find a suitable human host so he can actually fight Michael. And again, it might go all over the place because, as I said before, I have seen up to season 12, episode 12. So, and sometimes they kind of bleed over into the episodes. It's just because of the way it works out for each season. They need Dean and they also need Sam. You find out like Sam is Lucifer's vessel and Michael is Dean's vessel. So there's that. It seems that the boys were always to be born and always to have this sort of future, no matter what, which is weird because it kind of when it's all the stuff to do with Sam and Yellow Eyes and Sam breaking all the seals, it doesn't actually tell you why Sam has to be evil, basically how Sam has to drink blood of demons and taking out demons and exorcising demons and things like that. 'Cause again, that was him with his powers and getting stronger, and again, like Ruby. So Dean hits the angel seal because he draws that on the wall, And if you know anything, if you draw those seals on the wall and then you hit it with blood, it literally sends them somewhere else. We don't really know where they go. They just fuck off. That's all we know. So that's basically the biggest thing for them, because again, an angel blade can only be used. It can hurt them, but the vessel it hurts, but it doesn't actually kill them. It has to be an angel that does it. So again, Dean not giving into the destiny they seem to think he has, and not letting him take control, basically. Sam can make hex bags. He said he found this out from Ruby, which is like supernatural methadone, apparently. The boys go back to basics and they find the devil, and the devil is in Delaware of all places and is about to take the vessel. That well is the closest and the best for the moment, as his actual vessel wasn't available. Sounds legit, right? Just jumping into some random person's body. But in Supernatural, they've got to ask permission. They can't just hijack the vessel or the meat suit or anything like that. They've got to ask. So at this point, the man is called Nick, and his wife and his child has been killed, and Lucifer keeps showing his wife all the time, and you can hear his baby crying in the baby monitor and stuff, and I can't imagine what that would actually feel like, being a parent and things like that, and losing a child, but losing your wife as well. So Lucifer uses his basically powers to tell Nick that this is the only way for him to be saved, or the grief that he's going through will disappear if he just lets Lucifer take over his body, type of thing. So that's how he uses it. He manipulates the poor guy who's going through grief after losing his wife and child. Chuck is talking to one of his stalker fans and he's asking for help. Chuck has a few stalker fans, to be honest, because he does write the supernatural books. But again, they're not really stalkers. They're more of enthusiast, fanatic type thing. So Chuck has told her that everything is real, and at that point, she was writing fanfic, which again we've laughed about because there is some dodgy as fuck fanfic out there about Supernatural, and they have read it out on one of the episodes in season 4. So again, we will probably end up going through a few of them and see what people are writing about, because that's always fun. And it's Bridget from Ginger Snaps, and she was actually in season 4 as well, and she's like totally thirsty for Sam. The Michael sword has been lost by the angels. Oh dear. Don't send angels to do any job, so they're so unreliable. No wonder their father is so disappointed in them, and they always are trying to seek his approval. Bobby, happy to see them. Michael and Lucifer need vessels. The boys are reading with Bobby, and they're trying to make sense of what Chuck's riddle was in his vision. Sam broke the final seal, and Bobby is finding this out, and he isn't happy. Come on, Sam, how did you think Bobby was going to react? He wasn't going to give you tea and pat you on the fucking back, was he? His sorry has started the apocalypse, that's what Bobby says. Bobby wants Sam to lose his number if they all survive this, as he cannot forgive him for what he has done. Tough love, Bobby boy. He always gives tough love, but his heart's in the right fucking place, because technically he did do something wrong. They warned him. He didn't listen because Sam knows best, and Sam's a gullible fuck, as we know. Bobby saying to Dean that maybe your dad was right about killing Sam. I think even Dean, I don't think he actually has ever thought about killing him. He knew he maybe have to, but I don't think he could actually do it. Dean has realised the clue is the father's lockup, and Bobby isn't who he seems to be. And now he knows where to look as a demon. Meg is back. She kisses Dean and says she's front of the line. Again, Meg was the blonde haired girl. She's been back a couple of times, but now she's in a different body as well. A vessel. Bobby pauses while possessed and stabs himself with a demon knife and expels the demon, but fucks himself up. And Sam arrives but is useless, as he has no powers now. As we know, he literally used his mother load basically in bringing Lucifer here after killing Lilith. Nick is so unhappy, which is the vessel that Lucifer is trying to get a hold of now, or trying to manipulate to actually so he can be in his body. Nick is so unhappy that he willingly takes the offer for Lucifer to walk around in his body, as he keeps reliving his family alive, and it's heartbreaking to hear things when you have lost so much. Manipulating his grief and making him relive that pain until he is too weak to deny it, and it's really shocking, but again, they always try and find a weakness, I suppose. Boys go to where the lockup of their dads is to check to see where the sword is. Angels are there, and Dean has found out that he is in fact the sword. He is Michael's vessel. They always say the sword is an actual item. It is not, it's a person. So he finds this out. So again, I always say, it's like Sam and Dean, it's like yin and yang. And the fact that it's like good versus evil, even though technically the brothers are still both good. Sam has obviously been tainted by, Azazel's blood when he was a baby, and drinking all that demon blood and doing all that stuff when he was actually being gullible, because the pretty demon named Ruby, who is now his wife in real life, not the demon, but the actual actress, who got him to do all these things and get him to trust her, and then they killed Lilith, basically. And it's always been, again, Dean looking after Sam and Dean, but again, they kind of playing off how families can be as dysfunctional as they can be. The war has begun. If you didn't realise, the apocalypse had came the minute Lucifer was activated, basically, when he could actually leave the pit because he was stuck in a cage in hell. Dean says, you need me to accept Michael to use his body as a vessel. So, like, he knows he needs to ask permission, and he doesn't want to give permission, and Dean's like, fuck you, that's not fucking happening. And could feel the exact same way, especially with whatever the things we've found out about angels are actually worse than demons. They're never who they say they are. At least when you're dealing with a demon, they are never ever who they say they are. So you expect them to fuck you over. So Dean is given an ultimatum. He says yes, we save Bobby or he will never walk again. He says no, they try and take out Dean with stage 4 stomach cancer. He says no, then they take Sam's lungs, and he says he will say yes eventually. Now, this part of the episode is when Zacharias came down, the dick that he is, and he basically uses his angelic powers to cause a lot of problems. Like, he can take away your lungs, he can give you cancer, he can speed up cancer, he can do so many things, and he's shown his abusing his power. And he's supposed to be on the good side, not the bad side, which, again, as we said at the start, angels are dicks. You find that out. They're not who they say they are. The angels are getting killed, which again must be another angel with the blade, as we've said in the past. This is the only way this can happen. It's Super Cass. Who do you think saved them, insinuating that it's God? Cass does something to their ribs. It's a sigil. He's carved these into their ribs to protect them from, well, everything, including angels, including him, which he forgot because he has to phone them in another episode. He can't find them. No one can. So what they done is he puts his hands on them, and they say, what the fuck was that? And it's literally putting the sigils and symbols so they can be protected against everything, so they can actually fly under the radar and actually do what they need to do without having to fight more shit and basically be sidetracked, basically. So Cass is doing something good, but Cass does his good things but always forgets things, which is even more funnier because he's just a wee bit derpy sometimes. Nick has been visited by Lucifer, and he asks, can you bring back my family? And he says no, and his wife's body as well, and blames God. But he says that he doesn't need to lie, meaning because God does this already, which again, this is true. I'm not saying like God, they're talking about God as in this scenario, not the God that pretty much today or whatever. So, you are 9 kinds of crazy boy. That's what Bobby says to Dean after his heroic speech, which is funny. Bobby says to Sam, it was the demon speaking and he was awake, and he doesn't feel that way. He doesn't feel that Sam is to blame, even though he has said that he wants him to lose his number and things like that. But he understands that he didn't do everything and that he was coerced. And also, he was manipulated as well by Ruby. So, Dean is struggling to accept everything that has happened, and he was gullible to believe Ruby, yet he still chose her over Dean. Sorry. Sam asked Dean, is there something that you want to say to me? But Dean is struggling to accept everything that has happened. Sam was gullible to believe Ruby, yet he still chose her over Dean and let him down. Which again is another big thing about when Dean feels like he's let his dad down. It kind of follows suit because Dean's kind of like the dad figure. He's always been the dad figure for Sam, not just the brother figure, the protector, the savior, the brother. He's like a father figure, so he does feel like he's let Dean down in some sort of way, including like thinking that Dean is really disappointed in his actions because if it wasn't for him, then the seals wouldn't be broken and we wouldn't have to deal with this shit. Never be able to forgive and forget. See, he may be able to forgive him, but he will never forget what he did. I don't think anybody will because of, again, it would be a supernatural series without fucking stupid shit happening. Dean says there is nothing Sam can do to take back what he has done and that he doesn't think he can ever trust Sam again. After everything, as he has been depending on him and he did this. There is a time in everyone's life where that one person you have all the faith in just takes a step too far, and all you can do is walk the fuck away for your own sanity. Season 5, episode 2, Good God, y'all. Bringing back or getting rid of additional characters in a continuation of the apocalypse, but telling Sam he isn't trustworthy, dragging him out. Everything this. The road so far, opening music playing, long, long way from home, and a recap getting us in a good mood for the episode starting. Bobby is still in hospital and he's still unable to walk due to his injuries. And again, this shows Bobby in a different light because, again, he doesn't like asking for help. He's very old school and literally from someone who's went from walking to being in a wheelchair and having your mobility taken from you, it's never nice. And it's just incredibly difficult. Dean shows Sam the rib cages in an X-ray and the doctors are baffled. Cass calls and yes, on a phone, and Dean is sarcastic about him using a phone, but he forgot all angels, including himself, cannot sense them, meaning they cannot be tracked even by him. Enough foreplay, get over here and heal me now. Bobby realises he can no longer be healed by an angel as he's been cast out from heaven, and he's not happy about it. And again, would you be when you have an angel who can usually heal you and now he can't, so you're fucked? It's foolish for Dean to think he could kill Lucifer, but Cass says they need to deal with Lucifer. He's not in heaven, he's missing in action. That's God they're talking about. Would God drink booze from a coconut? What do you think? Cass tells Dean to keep his options to himself as the Winchesters have destroyed the world. And around about way, yeah, they have. The necklace around Dean's neck, which is the necklace that Sam gave to Dean, that Bobby helped him get when he was a wee boy. I think they were supposed to give it to his dad, but then the dad didn't show up, and then they gave it to Dean instead as a Christmas present, and Dean never, ever, ever stops wearing it. Apparently, that the necklace is actually an amulet, and he takes it, and Dean says now he feels naked, because he obviously has wore that for such a long time. Again, sentimental attachment. When you find God, tell him to send legs. This is what Bobby says as Castiel exit. And again, it's Bobby's humour and just the way Bobby is. He's just really funny. Rufus is in a town called River Pass in Colorado, and the town is overrun with demons, and he calls Bobby so the boys go and see what's going on, as they do. They have arrived on a bridge that has been destroyed, meaning no way in or out, only the road similar to Croatoan, which was an episode a few seasons ago where the town folk got infected with a virus, and it was actually a test to see how the virus actually worked on Azazel's kids and everybody else. And Sam is uninfected, basically. He doesn't get infected with the crazy rage virus. So, Spirit in the Sky is playing by Norman Greenbaum, and I love this song. The town is derelict, and while the boys are checking for any survivors or someone to give them answers, as it's like a ghost town, Ellen is there and she has a gun on the boys, then throws holy water on them, and then Dean says, "We're us." But again, you can't take any fucking chances when it comes to Apocalypse and the Winchesters. You really fucking cannot. She's just doing what any good hunter would do. Holy water, salt, and then they just usually end up like kind of cutting you with a silver knife to see if you're like a shapeshifter or whatever. Ellen is there and she hugs the boy saying she missed him. And again, even though they didn't grow up with their mother and Ellen is from a few seasons ago, she still sees the boy. She's very motherly. Again, she has a daughter, so she feels, I think that because she owned the bar and stuff and she ran the bar with all the hunters, she is literally like a dysfunctional family, so she is like that. A very kind of motherly, nurturing woman. They apologise to Ellen about ignoring her as she is like a mother figure in the distance, but she feels like the need for care for them as no one else has. There seems to be only a small amount of survivors in the town, all being held up in a building, and there was 20 and now there is like half of them. And they are trying to find Joe and Rufus. Can we trust Ellen and the other survivors? Is there something they aren't telling us? Sam is attacked by a demon and then he has their blood on his knife and he stares at it. It's basically a junkie. Imagine that. Giving someone who's a junkie or an addict, basically, showing them what they're addicted to and seeing how are they going to do it or if they not, it would be incredibly difficult. He's in a trance as it's an addiction at the end of the day, and if he was cold turkey of handling it and getting it out of his system, that is completely normal. Showing Sam's struggles with the demon blood and if he can trust himself around this, Ellen wants to go find Joe on her own. Sam pushes back physically towards Dean and asks him if he trusts him, not to fall off the wagon. Joe and Rufus have black eyes and they've got Sam down and Ellen has ran. They have tied Sam up. They start with the holy water and put salt down his throat. They seem to think that Ellen and Sam are possessed and not them. The creepy suit guy was one of the survivors, which again, you can usually tell ones who aren't who they seem in Supernatural. They're always either they make them sound very weak or they ask a lot of questions. And they're literally trying to see who has got what, basically. So it seems that the virus type thing that everybody's got, it's showing other people who are not infected as demons and vice versa. So no one knows who's what, and people are being killed for stupid reasons because they think that they're infected when they're not. So this creepy suit guy from the survivors building is there, and he twists a ring in his hand, and you see the black eyes, but it's all a trick for them to destroy each other. And well, these rings are actually quite important. It's actually a big basis, one of the storylines in this season. Rufus is looking for omens, and it's all about water here and a shooting star on Wednesday, a big one. So 2 omens in that town, and that's what people have been looking for, is omens, kind of totems, omens that are actually happening, because that usually gives you an indication that shit is going to go down. The 4 horsemen and the red car. Dean looked at it as they came into town. War is here. War, says Sam, is vicious. He is a jello shot. He just inhabits, apparently. Sam's brain is a one-track city, blood, blood, blood. War says he's just getting started. So the 4 horsemen, war is already here. Showtime for the meat suit is watching this, and he twists his ring low, and twists his ring, that made me laugh. And his head starts bleeding, which is deflection, trying to say that he's been attacked when he's actually not infected, because he's trying to make more people destroy each other. Because, what can I say? The 4 horsemen, the war one obviously likes to fuck with people because he just wants as many people to be taken out as possible. It's all about having humans at each other's throats, distract them so that by the time they realise it's too late, they've destroyed everything around them, and he's just waiting on the sidelines for when the shit hits the fan. Survivors are trying to leave and escape. War goes to try and leave Sam and Dean. Well, something's happened. War, you can't kill War, they said. I know, and chops his finger off, which takes the ring off, which is the source of his powers. Sam has the ring in his hand. Sam doesn't trust himself and doesn't hate Dean for feeling that way. How far will I go? Sam says to Dean, and he also says he is scared of what may or may not do, and that he is in no shape to be hunting, as he is dangerous. He says he wants to go as separate ways, and Dean says he thinks that's best to split up and go off on their own path. When is it ever a good idea for them to separate and go on their own path? That's how Sam ended up fucking with Ruby and all this shit happening, but however, they never seem to learn, do they? They apologise about how things have turned out. Dean offers Baby, which is Dean's car, and Sam says it's okay. They say take care, and Sam collects his bag and his stuff, and he starts to walk away from all that he knows and loves and hitchhikes. Dean looks lost again, as he has done about everything for Sam, and he's done the exact opposite and didn't care about the repercussions of his own actions to not only lead to Dean and his family, but everything that he has led him here. Supernatural Season 5, Episode 3, Free to Be You and Me. Plot for the Michael versus Lucifer story. Recap is a lot of Mary and Jessica, Angels and Chuck Castiel's search for God, because apparently God is not home. He's not. If you knock, he will not answer because he is not there. God has left the fucking building, apparently. Sam sees Jessica telling her he misses her again. Lucifer wants to ride in Sam. Why does Sam think being a freak is a bad thing? It's a great thing. Jessica said she was destined to die when they met, which is sad because he really did love Jessica. Jessica is giving him a warning about making the wrong choices. Yes, we know this. Sam is Sam. He will always make the wrong fucking choices because Sam thinks he knows better. Supernatural opening again, and then we have Simple Man playing. Seriously, this song is so sad and moving. It's just a masterpiece. I love the romance of everything about this song. Jessica says she's there to protect him. Is she though? Dean is hunting on his own and Sam is walking away. It seems burning all the fake IDs, etc. He's just working and living working in a bar, living separate lives, lonely lives again. Dean looks over well in the Impala and he looks genuinely upset that he has come down to this. Castiel has appeared and is intruding on Dean's personal space. Apparently Bobby found him and told him. Raphael is an archangel who killed Castiel or made him explode. Castiel wants to trap him and interrogate him, and he's sure about it, and they are Thelma and Louising it, apparently. Dean is bait because he's the only one, and no one will hurt him. Well, the angels won't, as he is their only hope of defeating Lucifer. Raphael is in Maine, apparently. Now, last time you zapped me someplace I didn't put right for a week. TMI, Dean. But thanks for the information that angel boops cause an irregular toilet schedule, so always remember that. Sam is looking at old books, Bibles of Revelation, and he followed omens and he wants to help, but he doesn't want to join in the hunt like a bystander now. Bobby's still bitter about being in his wheelchair, but Bobby's bitter about fucking everything, so it doesn't matter. It's just like he's super bitter now. Castiel comes with oil and it's rare and it's a ritual that he needs to do. It's actually called holy oil, and again, it's the only thing that you can actually trap an angel. It's destructive for them. Last night on Earth, what is your plans, Castiel? I'll just sit here quietly. Castiel hasn't been with the woman, and Dean is making it his mission to get him laid lol. Go get her, tiger. Don't make me push you. And the stripper starts screaming as Castiel tells her it's not her fault that her dad walked out on her growing up. What the actual fuck? Castiel's screwing with the ladies of the pole, and that's what Dean actually says, that that's how they make their tips, basically, and they make their money from a lot of daddy issues. Sam. Sorry, Keith, his colleague, said he is hooked on something referring to an addiction, yes, of sorts. How can you say I'm addicted to demon blood? The music as random background sounds like a TV late night scary movie. Summoning Raphael. Come and get me, you little bastard, after using holy fire. What is the wait time for getting an archangel? The vessel's in a bad way, but there is always a communication link between the vessel and the angel, so he will always know if the vessel is in trouble. Because, like I said before, you have the vessel that you're supposed to have, and if it's not the right vessel, then it starts to break down and deteriorate, and you have to actually move. But there's still an actual, like, kind of psychic link of connection between the angel and the body. So that's what he's talking about when he actually does something that could put Raphael's vessel in danger, then he would actually come, because that's his vessel for when he's actually storing about Earth. Dean pushes Raphael and says bullshit to him. Dean calls the bluff of Raphael and he walks into the holy fire trap. God is dead, Castiel. Is he though, or have you just lost him? That sounds like you've lost him. Or he's fucked off because he can't be bothered with your shit. You're all acting childish as fuck. The only hunters who showed up before to the bar, and he had found out that Sam started all this, and because he admits it. And again, these hunters basically show up in force to basically take out Sam, as they do. Raphael says Lucifer brought Castiel back. Castiel's response to the "You're my little bitch," this was to Raphael. It's just weird to see Castiel actually say these things, because he's actually not like that. He's actually, even though he's very monotone and very dry, like everything's black and white, on or off type thing, and I understand that. So when he says "You're my little bitch" to Raphael, it just made me pee myself laughing. It was so funny. Hunter has demon blood, and he's telling him to drink it, or his colleague dies, tormenting him to reach out and take it. They pour the blood down his throat and he spits it back at them, and they fight, and he tells them to go. Sam looks so ashamed. I'm not surprised, as she is human and shouldn't be dragged into hunting, so it's something he is against. Lucifer, it always had to be you. So Sam and Lucifer, the bad, Dean for good as Michael stored his vessel. If that's not cathartic, I don't know what is. The boys are being pinned against each other again, and the things both sides are capable of to win this battle is beyond belief. So who is worse, heaven or hell, light or dark, good versus evil, as they both seem to be as bad as each other. Supernatural, Season 5, Episode 4, the end. Recap, again, as usually, just boys not trusting each other and showing that they both will have to fight each other for the universe and the survival of everything. Castiel the angel is very analytic when Dean says he needs to eat and sleep, and he just says he will wait, and he's at the side of the road, quite literally standing and waiting. Sam calls Dean to tell him he's Lucifer's meat suit and he wants revenge and he wants to come back into the fold. Dean says that when we are both together, they are weaker together, so being apart is for the best. Isn't it weird that angels have jump-started the apocalypse with demons and have just decided, fuck you, we need you, just let them in. So say yes, be good little doormats and then battle to the death and not care what they do in the process, bunch of tunts. Dean wakes up from his slumber, goes outside the town. He goes outside and the town he's in, well, it's like a no man's land. And he seems to be all alone, but being watched by someone or something. You just get a really creepy, eerie vibe. Seriously, Dean, creepy wee girls and a huge painted word pro a tone? Not again. No, it seems it is, and he's being chased now by. Chased now. They are being shot at by the military, and Do You Love Me is playing in time with the shooting. Taking the Swayze way, it seems. So Dean has realised he is not in his time and that it's 2014. So we are now in the future now, meaning that this is what will happen to the world. If they say yes, maybe? I believe it is to show Dean what he needs to do to well survive for both the brothers to survive. So Croatoan, which was the virus from another season, I think season 3, was the virus that was created and planned for the world in the apocalypse. Archangel has appeared and he's telling him his choices have actions have consequences. This is what happens when you say no to Michael apparently and you just basically go off on your own. Dean goes to Bobby and it's covered in cobwebs and his wheelchair has bullet holes, yet the house is still livable. I would totally live there. Dean finds his journal and he sees a photo. This is the episode Cass is a stoner and is a fan of orgies and he has went to the fun side rather than the dark side and the monotone side. Baby, what did they do to you? Dean is talking about the Impala as it's all fucked up and off the road. So two Deans, he's from 2009 and this Dean is from right now, the present, which is 2014. So again, must be fucking weird. It was Zachariah, the douche. Dean says, tell me something only we would know, and he reminisces about him trying on a girl's sand panties and how he actually liked it, lol. And the future Dean says, touche, lol. And this time Sam isn't with him, and they haven't spoken 5 years. Dean calls himself a dick, but when you think about it, he wouldn't trust himself either, even if they had to test each other. Because again, it could be a skinwalker, it could be a shapeshifter, it could be anything. So it's best to check all options. Dean's face when Cass says to get cleaned up for the orgy. It's just Dean's wee face that he's like his simple wee friend. Who's an angel, not a wee friend, but he is just not. If you've not seen it, and you'll understand why when you do see it, but if you have seen it, you can you know how funny it is. He cats like this. He's just so laid back and really just does not care about the conflicts between heaven and hell, good versus evil. It's like he's woke up to some of the shit that's actually happened because this is what Dean and that were actually trying to tell them, and demons have said to him as well that your God and your angels are not as cut and dry and as white as snow as you think. They are actually dicks, and we do talk about that quite a lot, that they are dicks. So, no dice for Cass as he cannot take him back. Dean being bossed by himself again is quite funny because the Dean in the future is actually incredibly hard on everyone. He has to when he thinks he's very, very cutthroat when it comes to people who are infected. They know the kind of triggers that make them infected, so they don't even give them the chance to turn. Like he gives a guy a beer and then he shoots him because he knows he's going to die or he's going to take out people on their compound because they are the survivors of everything that's happened. And again, they pick up survivors along the way so that, they have strength in numbers, basically, which is incredibly smart to do. We will keep each other human, Dean says to Sam. I won't let you down, Sam to Dean. Yeah, he has always been the disappointment with trusting the wrong people and being gullible. This episode shows when Sam gave himself up to Lucifer, when he said yes to becoming Lucifer's vessel, and what would happen if Dean didn't. Oh Sam, oh Sam did this. Oh Sam. You could have prevented this by saying yes to Michael. They love just deflecting and shifting the blame. Maybe if they weren't so jealous and ungrateful for what they had been given, maybe they would be happy and not be wanting to be real douches and causing unnecessary wars and deaths because they wanted attention from Daddy. They are just as much the problem as the demons and hell, as they are both fighting for Daddy's attention. It's getting beyond annoying, is it not? The boys both realise that they have to be a team to prevent the apocalypse of 2014. Tone crazy apocalypse, where the strongest survive and the world comes to is crashing to its knees, and for what? Supernatural Season 5, Episode 5, Fallen Idols. It's filler and it's pointless, right? I hate this episode, but it does have some funny aspects. Paris Hilton's in it. Basically, it's kind of similar to Warehouse 13, or if you've ever seen it, it's like there's possessed items, and the possessed items actually start to kill, basically. And again, It's just really obscure and weird. They rip the piss out of both of them being in shitty movies, horror movies before they were famous, shitty TV shows and things like that. And Paris Hilton actually was in House of Wax with Sam, who's Jared Padalecki, and she gets killed in House of Wax, and they'll rip the piss out of it because they kill her again. She's actually this. She's a woodland god, and again she was dying because no one was believing in her, no one was giving her sacrifices. So she decided to create what people want the most, which apparently is Paris Hilton. They want Paris. I don't know why. And it's not Paris Hilton that you know now. It's Paris Hilton with the really squeaky voice that was obviously a character, a persona that she created. So the boys end up catching her, and then she basically has them tied up, and she wants to basically make them a feast. This episode also rips into celebrities and as a whole, actually, in the world had proper things to worship, not spray tans and little dogs. Like I said, incredibly pointless. So since the apocalypse, she's been able to flourish once more as people have nothing else to live for as the world's going to shit. So she's been taking full advantage of this. They also joke, again, like I said, about Jared and Paris and the remake of House of Wax. She is then killed by her own axe by Sam. Supernatural, Season 5, Episode 6. I believe the children are our future. And again, a song is filler, but it's not. It's filler right up to halfway through the episode, basically. There's a girl, basically, who scratches her, who gets a phantom itch, and it's her head, and literally her nail is found in her cranium because she basically scratches like fuck till she can't stop itching. Another guy's electrocuted, and the only witness is a senior old man called Mr. Stanley, and it was one of those hand buzzer things. It's basically joke shop things are going wrong, and it's actually they actually fry a leg of ham, Dean and Sam, so they don't understand. Again, it's another one about cursed objects. Dean does what I would do, and he eats the meat. His excuse for eating the meat is because they don't own a fridge. So yeah, the cursed shop reminds me of a lot of the Buffy episode with Ethan when he comes from Giles's past. He owns a Halloween store, costume shop, and his items end up possessing people, and that's what pretty much this does. The owner of the shop is a creepy guy, but he's actually a creepy innocent guy, not a creepy bad guy. So a wee girl has the same reaction to the tooth fairy as I did and do some freak. And so some freak is going to come into my bedroom and steal my tooth as I am sleeping, and you're okay with that, parent? What the actual fuck? Dodgy and not anywhere close to being innocent, and this is just as bad as the fable that is Santa climbing down your chimney. Again, the Tooth Fairy was actually a creepy as fuck demon, basically, so not very nice, not very fairy-like either. Lies that kids believe, another trickster episode, and apparently they are similar to Dean. And he's still eating the ham throughout the episode like a champion. A kid like them left home alone, similar to them growing up. So this wee boy basically is the boys see a lot of themselves, like he's having to cook for himself, look after himself while his parents are at work or wherever they are. So a tooth fairy is a man in a beard with a pink tutu, and the kid's fear is powering this, it seems. The woman they go to visit is the birth mother of the little boy, who is basically the boys as they were younger. You find out Jesse's actually adopted, and then you find out that the birth mother, was actually possessed by a demon when she got pregnant, or she got pregnant while she was a demon, and she has the baby. She goes through labour as the demon, basically. She swallowed a ton of rock salt to expel the demon, and she put the baby up for adoption, and apparently she was a virgin. A virgin who had a demon baby. Castiel sees kill Jesse, and then he sat on a whoopee cushion, and well, he keeps a straight face and says that wasn't me. And then Dean's face of, what the fuck. So Jesse is not the Antichrist's son, but a demon's son, and can be used as a weapon in taking out heaven, it seems. Jesse is hidden from both angels and demons because of his powers, so he has become lost and he cannot be tracked. So due to Lucifer being released, his powers grow stronger. Jesse will nuke the angels. Doesn't seem so bad, does it, since the angels are dicks. Castiel has a knife at his back to kill Jesse as Sam says he doesn't kill kids. Turned him into an action figure, because when he's scared, that's what he does, his power comes into full force. So the birth mother has become possessed, or she always was, and now she has found him again, and she's manipulating him, saying his adoptive parents lie to him and they don't love him. You are powerful, and she shows him powers of anger. She starts to hurt Sam, and he stops her, and she says, "You're stronger." He says, "Sit down and shut up," and she is forced to by Jesse, and Sam talks about the war between good and evil and heaven and hell. "Jesse, you have choices," Sam says. He couldn't make the right choices, telling him that he could be good. He doesn't need to be bad. He exorcises the demon from his birth mother's body by saying, "Get out of her," and does it. Dean says, "Kid, you're awesome," because his power is that strong that he doesn't even need to exercise it. He just said, "Get out of her." Dean asks if Castiel can be brought back. Sam tells Jesse he's more powerful than Sam, basically. Jesse asks, "I can't stay here, can I?" Dean says no. Jesse, once you're in this fight to the end, win or lose, that is Dean's. He chooses to say goodbye to them and not to drag them into this. He goes to his room, looks at a poster of surf in Australia, and then he vanishes. Castiel is back. There's a letter saying he left to keep his family safe and he had to leave. He put everyone in the town back, the ones that were still alive, that is. No wonder that parents tell lies to keep their kids safe. Dean and Sam both agree they wish their dad had lied to them instead rather than told them about the monsters. They would rather have lied. I don't know if I'd rather they lied to me. I think I'd rather know what the fuck was out there. Because you never know, that could actually lead to one of them being killed. So John technically did have his heart in the right place sometimes. Episode 7, Season 5. The Curious Case of Dean Winchester, which is filler. Basically, a sketchy guy basically becomes old. So it's like the reverse Benjamin Button. A 25-year-old guy died of old age, and they don't know the cause of this. They phone Bobby, and he's, well, being sassy, as usual. He said, "You're asking about my legs. I'm just weeping into my Haagen-Dazs." Or Idget. He calls them, it's Egypt, basically, in Scotland. Well, Cliff is now a young guy instead of an old guy, and it's a poker match as well. A trick, really. It takes you years or gives you years, and it's a few lore stories about giving you years as they have racked up so many doing this for so long. So basically, it's a poker game that comes into town, and basically, people end up gambling. They end up losing. If they do lose, they end up losing their time, and their time is actually given to someone else. Bobby gambles his years away and loses, and Dean cashes out 25 years and says Bobby is out. He chants Bobby is back. Dean here shows how much Bobby means to him by doing this. They couldn't lose an actual father figure if they can help it. The old guy is Dean. He found the game, but he is good, but obviously he's got some angle. It's a witch. She's actually a very old witch. She's the one who with actual all the power. Dean and Bobby argue. Sam says it's like grumpy old men, and they both say, "Shut up, Sam." But yes, Bobby wanted years taken off so he could stop being in a chair, and Bobby says to Dean he doesn't know what it's like to be in a wheelchair. "Now I know exactly what it feels like for your mobility to be there one minute and gone the next. So no one can understand this. Plus you wouldn't wish it upon someone either." Dean's response to the Archangel wanting him to drop the soap in hell apparently is again another one of Dean's hilarious isms. Hitting on hot girls, and he gets called adorable because he's old, because he's hitting on young lassies. They follow and investigate Warlock Man and see if they can get the wool over his eyes and beat him at his own poker game type trickster, etc. Sam is like mission pathetic. This is because Dean isn't what he was because he's old and slow. They get interrupted by a powerful woman who is at the game. It seems that it's her that's the powerful one, and he is using her powers to steal years from other players who play. It's an abusive relationship, abusing power and control, because she had something, her power and control to actually do these things, and again holding that over her. Dean gets older and more money. Bobby, I ain't a hunter no more, and said if he wasn't a coward, he would have taken his own life. It's so sad to see him break and show the boys no, he's not okay. It must have been difficult for him. 900-year-old witch gives Bobby a spell to reverse it all, and she said they are leaving town tomorrow. Sam plays and wins by bluffing. The 900-year-old witch has a secret of her own in her locket as a child and an old woman. Both are her daughter, and she has lost them both. Aya ages before his eyes so she can be at peace and maybe be with her daughter in the afterlife. You're not useless, Bobby, Dean says. He's having a hearty-heart with Bobby. You don't stop being a soldier because you get wounded in battle. You are family and we don't have much, yet I can't do this without you. Don't you dare think about checking out. Thanks, are we done with our feelings? Bobby is so me. Bobby is my spirit animal. I would like to get out of this room before we start growing lady parts. Yeah, we're done. That's as much of a hearty I can deal with too, Bobby. Let's go Ironside, Bobby. Bobby showed he has a human side finally, and he is struggling, but he did it in his own way. Supernatural Season 5, Episode 8. Changing channels, filler, it's not demigod trickster. Fucking hate these episodes, but I do love Loki. Or is it Loki? Is it the trick within a trick recap? You're going to need a bigger mouth for that massive sandwich. 50 sitcom where Dean keeps saying son of a bitch constantly, and it's really fucking annoying. Cheesy music, cheesy everything. They also get them to be in adverts and stuff about herpes medication and stuff, which is probably the funniest part of it. But it feels like the trickster only comes to fuck with them. It's in Ohio again. I think there's like 2 episodes in Ohio this season. The trickster loves sweets and candies, so you actually know when it's him. Dean apparently wants to gank him. The trickster calls them muttonheads. It's a game where you've just got to play along because they end up going into like a hospital because like Dean was actually in Passions or something, or was it? Oh, was that terrible Days of Our Lives? I think as well. So he was in these episodes, so he's like ripping the fucking piss out of it. So the fave bit is Knight Rider is the Impala. Sam is the voice of Kit. Satan's going to ride Sam's ass anyway, apparently. Holy oil around the trickster. They found out he's actually an angel all along. Well played, boys. It was the way he spoke about Armageddon, how angry he got over the family's issues. Grumpy, sneezy, or douche, and he is Gabriel. He is the Archangel. It's a witness protection thing. What did Daddy think of you leaving and running off to join the pagans? So not a trickster. Then, what to get out of this? They realise they have to play the part to get out of this. If they don't get out of this universe, it's dangerous and they could be trapped for good. He became a trickster and he left it before it happened. He wants it all to be over. He doesn't care. He said it's about a brother's love and betrayal. Why do you think you are 2 vessels? Because they were born to this and their destinies, as it's in heaven and so it is on earth. One brother has to take out the other brother. It will always end with brothers. Dean says it's not going to happen. Gabriel says I'm sorry, but it is. Gabriel asks Castiel how the search for Daddy is because Daddy is MIA, which is mission in action. They leave Gabriel there in the holy fire, a holy oil. Dean pokes Gabriel and said he's a coward for not standing up to his family, and he sets off the sprinklers as they leave and says, "Don't say I never do anything for you." As they exit, Gabriel looks pissed. So episode 9 of season 5 is called The Real Ghostbusters. It's filler, and I fucking hate this. It's basically a supernatural con, and Becky tricks the boys to come, but an actual murder actually does happen. It's like a possession of ghosts, basically, and they have to all work together. There's all these people walking about who look like Dean and Sam, or they're trying to emulate them by dressing up as them, and it's like a kind of murder mystery thing, but they get to ask Chuck all these questions and things like that. So that's why he's really happy about it. But again, it's Becky, who's the kind of stalkery type lassie. She turns around and says, "Bella, she lied about the cult. It's not Lilith, it's Crowley." Chuck is asked, "Why didn't you tell us?" And he said he's not a big fan as Becky, so he can't really remember absolutely everything, which means she's probably read everything. Becky tells me everything, so they kept it straight till the end about the cult. He says to Dean he knows where the cult is, and they drive off. Then at the end, Chuck and the con, it's cringy as fuck because they're talking about like Beat Cheese's favourite movie and how their friendship is like unbreakable and stuff. And finally, I've been waiting for this, but Crowley enters, and this is Mark Sheppard. As we've said before, I love Mark Sheppard. He's a really good actor. He's in loads of stuff. Doom Patrol, Warehouse 13. He's been in loads of stuff, and he's such an amazing actor, and he's now in season 5, and this is where things get much more funnier and much more, well, creative, because he is the demon. He's the Crossroads demon. So we have Abandon All Hope, Apocalypse, episode 10. Supernatural recap: Demons, Castiel and Hunters, Becky the Colt and Crowley. So they're just so does the mid-season finale and an introduction to Mark Sheppard's Crowley, a favourite of ours. Remember mid-season finales, the build-ups, the nostalgia? Staff's off showing what Crowley was originally famous for becoming before he was actually like the regular thing in Supernatural, and I'm glad he is here, and this is where it gets even better. He's sarcastic and sassy like Bobby and cynical like Castiel, love/hate relationship similar to Angel and Demon relationship in Good Omens. To seal the deal, you must kiss, as this is the Crossroads demon. This is where you find out who the boss of the other demons at the Crossroads was when they were referring to during Lilith's wee holiday camp, and she was in charge, or she led us to believe it was always Crowley. He doesn't want to kiss him, and Crowley taunts his sexuality, or his homophobia, should I say. Would you sleep with a kiss, Crowley? To Crowley? Yeah, of course you would. Castiel is telling Crowley the fact he thought he didn't know he was being watched shows he knew he was aware, as where he has gone, his magic seals to ward off anyone and everyone. He's watching stuff about Hitler, as you do. Jo is bait, posing as a poor defenceless woman with a broken down vehicle, asking for help, and the demons and Sam kills them with a knife. The knife, it's the demon killing knife. They are in Crowley's compound. He refers to the brothers as the Hardy Boys. Says it took them long enough, like he's been waiting for them. He has the coat. He kills his own, meaning that no one is safe. He says to the boys, we need to talk privately, without ears, meaning he is a traitor to his own people for the greater good of his life. He wants the boys to empty the colt bullets into Lucifer. Crowley calls the boys functional morons, because Lucifer is the hatred of humans, but an angel. So what does he think about demons? As he doesn't care about them and exterminates the humans, then he goes after demons. Simpler times, lol. Crowley's words. He said he wants to give them the colt and they can go kill Lucifer and he will be in Missouri. Sam tries to shoot Crowley, but there are no bullets in it because he's not that dumb. Cuts to Ellen drinking. The boys under the table. She's a barmaid who owned a bar, so they ain't doing shit to her. Drinking with Castiel now. Booze doesn't work on them, not as much. Sam is having trust issues with a demon ripping the piss out of his relationship with Ruby. Revelation Omen in Missouri, because that's what they look for, omens, because the omens actually give you an indication of shit that's happening. Dean approaches Jo to, well, F. The last night in Earth's speech, I would rather do that than drink, she tells him. No, that she has some self-respect and isn't going to get her role from Bobby. Call to arms, CTA, take their pictures for the last time. Last night on Earth, Ellen calls Bobby an optimist, and they had 6. How many come back? A hunter's life. Missing people in a quiet town. They enter the town in the Impala, Bobby's vehicle, and it's just weird quiet. There's no one there waiting for them, like a storm is coming. Castiel says they're surrounded by Reapers. They're literally in every single building. They're walking in the street and everything. Not one Reaper, Reapers. Apparently they only gather in crowds like this, or flocks like this, when there's going to be a massive catastrophic devastation, such as an apocalypse or a flood or anything like that. Big natural disasters and things like that. That's when they actually come out in force. Castiel goes to investigate on why there's so many of them there. Follows a Reaper into a building and all you hear is, hello brother. And it's Lucifer. Castiel hasn't returned and the police station is empty, as is the town. The vessel he is in is deteriorating, as it is a good vessel, but it's not Castiel. If heaven succeeds, Castiel will become an enemy of what he believes. Castiel says he will die first and Lucifer responds with, so you will. So 20 minutes in, they have lost Castiel and now Meg has appeared and you shouldn't have come here alone. Hellhounds, PTSD have been taken. Dean, come on. Dean shoots one of them and they run. Jo shoots at them after Dean tells her no and she's attacked. So that's her dead and never even going to get her role. I bet she regrets getting Dean. Good loving it, I bet. This episode we see not only Jo's demise, but Ellen's too. They take it upon themselves to be the bait, Flash, the ones who stay behind, or to die on her own. So they created Molotovs, they created a bunch of stuff, so to give the boys a head start, basically. And so they could take out as many demons and shit as they could. Bobby has now found out that about Jo and the Reapers, and what does that sound like? Death, and its ritual, and unleash death and destruction. The Horseman, the Pale Rider, the Angel of Death, Big Daddy Reaper, and the last time they awakened him and released him was when Noah was building the Ark. So the ritual is taking place in the town because of the Battle of the Hellhole, of a battle that was like no other, and this is where Lucifer will bring forth the Angel of Death. Coincidence? No, definitely not. Lucifer is stalling with Castiel to see if he will turn onto Lucifer's side, but we all know this of Castiel. He does things for the right reasons and for the good, but sometimes he is confused and he gets manipulated by the people who can play him the best, which is heaven. Jo is fucked, as we know, like I said, and she knows it. She told them she's staying behind and she's going to make a crazy one-off bomb that's going to destroy, cause as many fatalities to demons and evil beings alike. She is making the ultimate sacrifice so that everyone else can leave and take down Lucifer. Dean's like, we have to take it. It's when she talks to her mum though. She goes, Mom, this is the last time to treat me like a child. You need to treat me like an adult now. You might want to take it, she says, making decisions for not just her, but for the greater good. Make a bomb for a one-off, get the fuck out of here so we have some chance to stop what's coming. Dean kisses Joe and says goodbye and he is devastated. Ellen stays with her daughter together till the end and they will never be alone together in life and in death. The love between mother and child is an unbroken bond and you see that here. I will always love you. This is what Ellen says as we hear the hellhounds outside and Joe has already passed. And then she's devastated to see her good girl die, but they are going to take them out, or as many of them as they can, so the boys in Castiel can stop this or try. Go straight back to hell, you ugly bitch. This is Ellen to the hounds and bomb distraction. Lucifer toying with Dean and Sam, saying he won't hurt them really. Dean says I will, so suck it. And he wakes up after a gunshot to the head and the Colt does nothing it seems but wants to know how he got it. All they are doing is damaging the vessel that's already damaged. 5 things that gun cannot kill and one is Lucifer. Angel blade wielded by another angel? Question mark, I asked myself. Yes, it would have to be wielded by Castiel because he's the only angel there. Debating about Sam being taken over and toying with him and saying 6 months in Detroit he will take over Sam's body. Fighting talk, rage. 1 demon for every able-bodied man or die, basically that's the town. That's what he done, and the horsemen are demanding women and children first. Barbaric sacrifice. Lucifer's tantrum as his dad didn't love him as much as the humans still with this. He continues the ritual. We offer our life's blood and souls to relive this tribute and the townspeople repeating in unison. What they are, just demons yet in human meat suits. Meg seems pleased Castiel says this to her. She thinks we are going to win. Lucifer's going to take over heaven. Meg says, we are going to heaven, Clarence. This is what she calls Castiel, by the way, it's her pet name. Cutting off from the Home Office, you impotent sack, referring to Castiel being cast out for well not wanting to destroy mankind. Hello, mid-season cliffhanger. The photo of them is being burned and the only thing they have of Ellen and Joe Hunters. The photo of them is being burned and that's the only thing they have. They don't have bodies of Ellen and Joe. So that's basically their funeral, them burning the photo. Their last memory of them all together as a group, basically. Lucifer says he needs Sam's pent-up rage and he won't hurt him because he can't, because he is the vessel. Supernatural Season 5, Episode 11, Sam Interrupted, filler with hunting. The brothers go into a mental health facility and people are being killed and it's an old hunter who's actually having issues of his own. So he's a bit fragile, his name's Martin, and he keeps seeing things. So he's in there and he knows that there's someone who is in there, basically actually using people with mental health problems and having mental health issues because apparently someone with mental health problems and issues, their brains taste better apparently because of the fear and the adrenaline and all those nummy hormones going in there apparently with the release of, again, oxytocin in your brain, like happy hormones, happy things, and also fear. They apparently like it. And Dean thinks it's the doctor, but we find out the doctor doesn't even exist. The doctor is actually in Dean's head. They seem to always work in places or hospitals, especially ones that have mental health facilities. A lot of jokes about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest from Dean. Again, he always goes back to like classic culture classics from movies, and if you haven't seen it, it's actually Jack Nicholson who's in a mental institution and he trolls the fuck out of Nurse Ratchet. It's hilarious and again very dark, quite sad, and again was one of those roles that Jack Nicholson was fucking epic in. It's the infamous Dean flashing his cock and shouting pudding, lol. Don't we just love that about him making a distraction? See crazy words. It even had the clap, lol, that made me laugh. Yummy brains, apparently again. But they're making them look like a suicide because they're doing things to make them look like an S because they're in a mental health facility. Martin has a bad idea that the demon is a wraith. To kill a wraith, you need silver, and they pass as human, and mirrors bring out their real face, and they actually see it in one of the actual nurses, and she actually likes it when they actually are put in like the kind of padded cell. They like it because that's where they're really crazy. But she tastes Sam and realises Sam's different. Sam is funny when he's drunk, so imagine what he's like when he's high. Dean has a connection with the shrink and she is, well, padding out his fantasy as she thinks it's in his head and not reality, and he told her he has to save them all. Guess what? She's not real and was implanted there by the Wraith, or maybe his own brain, who knows? So Dean thinks it's another patient, but he's wrong. But he's semi-right, as he said he has been poisoned. Apparently she poisons them. She has this like wee thing that comes out, like a wee pointy, I don't even know what you'd call it, literally comes out like an appendage from her wrist. And she uses that to poison you, and that's when you start seeing things, and then that's when the hospital think you're more insane than what you are. Is this real? It is Sugar the Wraith. The nurse, she licked her wee pointy penis extension that she just rammed into the patient's brain, of course, not to waste any of those yummy, crazy hormones. But she's also a bit sleazy because she's the one that Dean flashes cock at, and she literally is like, come on, let's go. Yeah, Lily wants the crazy guy. They have broken her sucking tool, and now the hospital think Dean and Martin have attacked the patient. Well, she's getting away with it. Sam is in a padded cell. They help the rage, is all Sam. She doesn't let me crazy, but she gives you the Legos for the feast, basically. So she helps basically bring out the crazy. They take out the Wraith, but Dean asks when leaving the facility, are you with me? And Sam takes ages to say yes. He knows he's angry. He knows he has to deal with. He knows there is a decision that they both must make, that it may or will kill them as brothers and as people. An ultimate sacrifice again for the greater good. Supernatural Season 5 Episode 12. What Meat is a filler. Cougars on Parade. Sam and Dean end up, they've come to someone from their past. It was a babysitter, and their daughter has been attacked across her stomach. It's kind of like Reagan from Exorcist, where it says things across like it's been etched into her, basically, and it's shown on the outside. Dean got really judgmental about a health shake because he orders lots of unhealthy place for a burger place and then orders a healthy shake, and then the guy behind the counter is a wee douche who ends up in Sam's body. They do a bunch of spells to make themselves, well, they want the perfect they want superficial things. He wants to be pretty and also popular, and he wants the girl. And one of the other friends wants like really good, into a good college and money and everything. So they do it all for the wrong reasons. And Sam, when he's in the wee boy's body, says that that's not a witch or anything that you're actually praying to. That's a demon, and you're selling your soul for stupidity, basically. Sam being in the wrong person's body at this point in time, not a good idea. So again, Dean doesn't even notice that his brother isn't his brother, which is weird because, again, ends up possessing the girl who actually is part of the wee friendship group. She's okay. So what did you call me here for, Skippy? We have Dean Winchester. She realises it's Sam in the kid's body and he's weak in this state. The demon is happy. She's getting both meat suits and she kills him. Actions have consequences. The guy is cheeky and ungrateful and demands his reward, then says, please, I'm sorry, you're right, what can I get you? He asks for a million, then says 10 million, and wants Mindy Shorts to fall in love with him. Respecting his classic choices, she grabs his heart and then licks the blood. Taste like a moron. I actually thought this was Crowley, but he doesn't want the war to happen, the showdown. Sam gets up his body back, Gary says my bad, and Dean says it was only his age that kept him from being killed. Supernatural Season 5 Episode 13, the song remains the same. Again, that is a Led Zeppelin song. And again, it takes him back to the past again. Recap, all roads lead to the same destination. That's what Castiel says. Anna, I disobeyed. Don't we all, Anna? Dean is having a sex dream about an angel and a devil dancing like two strippers, and Anna shows up. Anna tells Dean that Castiel isn't trustworthy, and he turned Anna in, and now she's being tortured. 225 Industrial, and please just hurry. And then he wakes up. She tells him to tell no one. Can she be trusted? Can she fuck? She broke out. It's a trap. Angel Radio whispers again, explosions, and Abbott shat it in the episode because it was very fucking loud. Castiel shows up, and not Dean, as Castiel doesn't trust her. He admitted what he did to her was a mistake. What do you want? I want to help. Don't trust her even for being hot Anna Angel, because I don't. Sam Winchester has to die. Anna, you've changed, yet Castiel doesn't trust her. She says Sam Winchester has to die again. Dean doesn't believe it, so he's gonna go all Glen Close. Anna isn't going to stop, so Castiel tries to find her. He's doing a spell, and to find her not, she is in 1978, which is just before Dean is born. She's going after your parents, meaning they would never be born yet ever if Mary and John were killed. So basically, Castiel, if he takes them both back, it'll weaken him before the showdown. So Dean meets his mum, and so does Sam, but Dean's already met his mum. Cass is spitting up blood. Dean says he's put Cass in the honeymoon suite for 5 days, and the guy at the desk asks Dean if he wants to buy some dope. He also jokes about buying Microsoft stocks again. Well, if Castiel can't change or let Dean adapt to pass, why can Anna? Sam freezes meeting their parents, and again, this is traumatizing meeting her as he's never really spent time with her. Dean won't be as bad, but it still would hurt him because he was a wee boy when his mother was killed. They're trying to warn them about the imminent death, and Sam talks about angels. There is no such thing. They are bigger dicks and twice as strong as demons. Dean asks her to tell if he's lying, and she knows he's telling the truth. Anna has tricked John to come to the garage about his job, and this is how she tries to take John out before the boys can even be born. But now the mum knows about angels, yet she said to Dean, "Angels watching over you." If she knew about angels, surely she would have known something. But again, his mum, Anna and Mary battle it out. Dean's one's hot body angel and his hot mama fighting for different reasons, but who will walk away victoriously? Mary puts a crowbar through Anna, and Anna replies, "It's a lot harder to kill an angel, but it was a distraction for Sam and Dean to send her away by using the sigil against the wall." John finds out about Mary, and he's so disappointed that she lied to him because she only wanted to protect him. Mary goes onto an old family property so that they can fight there on their terms. Sam takes his mum to show how holy oil works. Dean has shown his dad how to deal with the angels. Dean says to him, "All of a sudden you kind of remind me of my dad," to John, as at this moment he doesn't know that he is in fact his son. Sam apologises to John about everything, and he admits his father raised him this way, and John is disgusted by this. And Sam said his dad tried to protect him as John said he was supposed to protect him. Sam admits to John he hated his dad, but he realises that now he was doing the best he could with what he had. He talks about his mother being the love of his father's life, and she was killed, and how John did what he did. But he died before Sam could tell him that he understood his choices and he forgave him for what he did to their family, and that he loves him. Here, even though he's their father, how they are from 2010, and that the angels zapped him back, and they are Sam and Dean Winchester. So motivational for Mary to find out this. But she thinks she's raised them this way, and when they tell her that she's dead and it's actually John that's done it, and it's a yellow-eyed demon that killed her, and John became a hunter to seek revenge, talks about the night she died, and to remember that, Sam tells Mary to leave John so they will never be born. They said they are okay with that, but she isn't, because she's pregnant already with Dean. "This is the way, I can't." So the sigil's smudged and the holy oil is gone, and the house starts to go bang and the smash, ringing. For fuck's sake, I hate this. It's really, really loud. Angel goes back to the past. They are dicks. They try to take out their parents because bullshit. Michael possesses John and makes Anna go bye-bye so he can walk about in any Winchester. It seems Uriel gets told to fuck off with a click. Dean meets Michael in his dad's body. First we talk, then I fix your darling little Sammy. I told him I could save your wife, and he said yes. How he and any Winchester, it's a blood thing, so it's not the vessel, it's just Dean is the actual vessel. Cain and Abel, Dean and Sam, brothers fighting. But Michael says he doesn't want to do it because he has betrayed his father. They all love to obey their leader. Michael says free will is a delusion, and also buck up. He also says, "See you soon, Dean," again telling him he's no choice. Castiel still in a bad way. Cass, I'm very surprised, then crashes out. Dean, I could have used that drink now. Team Free Will, Sam and Castiel. They all say we will say yes, yet we've seen it when Dean didn't. John and Mary in the nursery, and it's a wee angel figure. She likes it. If only she remembered that that's the last thing you want watching over you and your children. Supernatural Season 5, Episode 14, My Bloody Valentine. It's a continuation of the Four Horsemen type thing, and it's a cherub gone rogue. Well, that's what they're led you to believe, that it's a cherub gone rogue. So Dean is tired and done. Apparently, he gets on with it. This time, the Four Horsemen is causing Cobbles to go mental. Like for Snoo. We've all been there, lol, literally eating each other to death. Not really eating each other to death, but you know, with lust of all inside me, yes, and not what you were thinking. Devouring each other's flesh. What a sick puppy you are, Horseman. Pornhub and Xvids have plenty to view. Why the fuck are you going down that route? Apparently, Dean calls Valentine's Day unattached drifter Christmas about his favourite holiday. Dean doesn't want to go get his hole, and Sam gets inappropriate again with his brother and his lack of sex and lack of sex life. If you didn't realise, cherubs are not sweet, cute, chubby babies. They terrorise people, mischievous. They kill people, and they are not for good. So one going rogue doesn't seem good, does it? Dean isn't hungry. They what? But Castiel, who doesn't eat, is eating. What Dean doesn't. Castiel can sense him. He has been tethered. Apparently, he's a big jolly guy and he's swaying Dean about. Help is on the way. A Cupid's handshake is a hug, apparently, and no one likes it. Castiel's is. No one. The Cupid is emotional about the couples who have been killed because that wasn't his intention, because he just wanted them to fall in love. And the Cupid says he loves love. I punched a dick. This was Dean when Cupid said their mother and father were meant to be love, love, love. Not everyone is feasting on their partner or date, but gluttony, like food, 8 suicides in 19 ODs, and it's much larger than they expected for that time of year. Sam looks evil when he's staring at a man wearing a suit and has a briefcase. Sam cuts him and Sam says, I know what you are. Hunger, starvation, and so we have famine. Famine, everyone is starving for something. Cupid shoots his arrow for love and famine. Well, famine will make you want to devour and crave, and well, think of the couples who have taken each other out. Famine is hungry. Fossils. He's a creepy sick wee puppy, that wee famine. So he is. He's creepy looking too. Lucifer's plan, feed famine, let the chaos commence, and to show the alliance and walking with them this battle, this apocalypse. All about preparation for war, for what's to come. Sam wants Dean's blood. They need to get the ring, so cutting his finger off. That's what they have to do. Sam, you better lock me down and good. Oh, to your brother. That's a bit inappropriate, Sam, is it not? Are you serious, Dean, to Cass, because he's eating again and it makes him happy, apparently? Where's your hunger, Dean? Cass to Dean. He says he's well fed because when he needs / wants something, he goes out and gets it. Amen. So that's why Dean isn't hungry, because he goes and gets everything that he wants: sex, food, alcohol. If he wants it, he'll fucking do it. He doesn't deprive himself of any sort of human need or want. Sam drinks from a demon that comes into the hotel room, and Sam says, wait your turn to the meal demon after drinking straight from the source. Hey, Happy Meal, the plan. Ha ha ha. This is Dean to Cass, because he's eating burgers all the time. Cass is taking too long. Dean follows and he's eating. Making people cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, Dean says to Famine, yet Famine telling him that Famine comes in all shapes and sizes. Creepy, touching Dean. Famine, you sick puppy. Dean has no soul. I can see inside you and how broken you are, yet you keep going through the motions, cause inside you are already dead. Sam has come to save his brother. No one lays a finger on this sweet little boy, Famine says to Sam, and he's the exception. He cannot overdose on blood, but my guests rip them open, and again, sick wee puppy. Famine looks like he's getting a chubby over Sam. Your power. Famine takes him because Sam refuses to, basically. Take the other demons. I'm a horseman, Sam. Your power doesn't work on me, but it will from the demons and souls he's just eaten. And Sam is using his big boy brain. Everyone is healed, and the bad yellow eyes powers were used to save Dean and Castiel. Does that mean it's okay to use the powers? Now he's having withdrawals and mostly hallucinations again. Dean cannot listen to or watch Sam go through this come down again and the drying out like before. And he goes out to the Impala with a beer, and here he looks like he is thinking, also regretting, unknowing. Dean looks at the sky and says, I need some help, please. Supernatural Season 5, Episode 15. Dead men don't wear plaid. Zombies, yes. Horsemen, it's kind of like a two-parter. Also, Bobby's wife is back. So basically, the town that Bobby lives in, dead people start to come back. And apparently his wife's seen a really tall, thin man who had a message, basically. I think it was like the war's coming. Dean, I'm not tired, I'm just done. So the dead start arising, and there's another sign of the apocalypse. Apparently, when the dead start rising, it introduces another character that we actually see more of in future seasons. Her name is Jodie, and she's a sheriff. Her son died, and he comes back. He's fine for a few days, and then he literally goes rogue and kills her husband and the father of her child. So her son takes him out as well. So people start to actually take out people as they start to become like a zombie type creature because they're undead when you think about it. The town, the survivors and the boys load up on guns and they kill their friends. And yes, I saw where that came from. Yes, I went that way. Load up on guns and kill your friends from Nirvana. Smell like Teen Spirit. Bobby Singer's the town drunk. Lol. Who told you that? Bobby. So he calls the guy, basically, another guy, the town drunk, and they said, no, Bobby Singer's the town drunk. And he goes, who told you that? And he's like, Bobby. So, Supernatural Season 5, Episode 16, Darkside and Moon, What If, Flashbacks. Recap, Bobby's talking about how many times they have died. How many times have you died now, anyway? Also, Dean's necklace and how it's an amulet and its significance of what it stands for and what they need it for. There's a gun pointing at Dean by a guy in a balaclava, and Sam has a gun pointed at him too. Here for Sam because of the apocalypse, Hunter's still after him. They shoot Sam, debate about killing Dean and how you don't want to be running from Dean Winchester for the rest of your life. A dream? Nope. Heaven? Question? A memory of setting off fireworks with Sam on the 4th of July in 1996, Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan is playing. It's even more sad when you hear it sung this way, I think. Dean hears the gunshots and kind of glitches to the present and then back to a memory. Then the Impala, he hears Castiel on the radio. It's not a dream, I'm dead. Condolences. Sam's family meal with a girlfriend as a teen, 11 maybe. The dinner time. He wishes he had known, maybe cop to feel or something, who knows. Lights in an abduction, classic house shakes, and then they end up, thanks Carol Ann, this was when Castiel says don't go into the light, which is from Poltergeist. They have to find Joshua and he can take them to God. Dean loves hugs, apparently. It's a t-shirt he's wearing because it's a t-shirt he wore when he was a wee boy. And his mum's in the kitchen cooking for Dean, and his mum and dad are actually had a wee domestic, basically. Was cleaning up his dad's messes because he walks up to his mum and tells him that he loves his mum and he will never leave her, which is so sad. You and Me Against the World, Dean and Sam discussing their options, or maybe they aren't on the same page, they aren't sure. The boys are being taunted by Zachariah because he's a dick. Mexican wrestler saves the boys, and it's with the epic mullet from the Roadhouse. And his heaven is the Roadhouse. Goes all Mr. Miyagi about how heaven works. Everyone gets their own pieces of paradise. The psychic is there. She kisses Dean. He seems confused. She says, just how I imagined. And it was a kiss from Dean. The boys think their mother is saying these horrible things, but it comes on that Mary loved her boys. Zachariah is speaking to Joshua, but the boss doesn't want the boys harmed, and he gets told his wrath thing. So yeah, back off, Zachariah, you dick. In the garden, but God won't help, so they are screwed. Just another deadbeat dad with loads of excuses. That's where actually explaining what God's like, because he just keeps pissing off and he's missing and no one knows where he is. You can't kill the devil, you're losing your faith. About the news about God and thinks Joshua may be lying. This is how much of a follower he is, that he's literally brainwashed to the point that he thinks that even Joshua's lying to him because he thinks that God is somewhere else or God is doing something else to protect humans. But no, he has found out that God is untrustworthy. It's the apocalypse when even a Castiel loses his purpose, his path, his faith. Dean puts his necklace / amulet in the trash as Cass says it's worthless now. Season 5, Episode 17, 99 Problems. Recap. You're welcome to stay, and it's Dean's past with an X and Ben and Castiel. He will find God, then him finding out the hard way. We will find it another way, Sam to Dean. In the Impala, and they are driving recklessly, and Sam is hurt and bleeding, and their exit is on fire. People looking mental and burned by water, so I'm thinking holy water or acid, then someone is talking on a megaphone, a spell, and demons exiting the people attacking the boys. The Sacrament Militia. Are you two alright? Dean Peachy. They're in a town, very military, cult-like atmosphere like martial law and the apocalypse. Sigil about on the pavement and outside the chapel in the town. They're kind of like religious zealots. They believe basically that there is a prophet and she's telling them all these things to get peace on earth, and they've got to do all these things or basically God will punish them and punish everyone in the town. So again, another kind of religious type thing. Castiel's message for his inbox, lol, why do you want me to say my name then button smash? That's hilarious because he's like making a voicemail message and he just doesn't understand how technology works. Now, one of their own has been killed on the boys' watch. The two who saved the boys are gesturing to each other hard, dodges foot, and in the church, no less, shame on you. Now it's a witch hunt for the Winchesters. Oh, coincidence much? If it's not their problem, it's a Winchester problem. Paradise and Earth, if they follow the angel's commandments, and it's apparently 90% of Dean's personality, oh, the fun is a sin. If they don't follow these rules, then no one will be reunited with their loved ones and they will have lost and they don't get their piece of paradise. Sam gets drunk and starts to try and reason with not fighting and rolling over. Dean is only one white knuckling, so now they have both admitted they are having issues. Dean's went out after curfew. Angels are angry because they can't go to paradise and some people aren't listening, so it's a witch hunt like hello, closed off town, crazy preacher, psychic. Sam to Castiel, are you drunk? Castiel, no. He also says he drank the liquor store. Castiel says that girl isn't a prophet because all prophet names are known by angels and she isn't one. Sam is like, what is she then? They are tracking down and taking out all the people that the angels are saying that are causing them to not be able to enter paradise, including parents who have lost kids, etc., and using their hate and desperation to successfully kill people in their own town. Castiel is starting. Castiel's on a bender. When Dean asks him where he has been, Castiel, the whore. This is a false prophet that arrives when Lucifer is around. She's the whore of Babylon, apparently. Drunk Castiel is so funny and has no filter. He's brilliant. On a day you gotta kill a whore, Dean to Cass, when he's hungover and a little delicate. The town are rounding up everyone that has to die, and they are going to be burned alive, it seems, and they are like they are kids. There's kids in there, but then manipulates them by using their own son's death to make them do their bidding. Her face changes and her father tries to take her out with a special stick, and she says a spell, runs away, and then says they are demons. This special branch is the only thing that can take out the whole of Babylon, apparently. The boys come in and take people out to stop them being killed. Please, like, you're a servant of heaven to Dean. Yet he gets her and says, don't be sure, whore, and that is her taken out. The poor preacher's daughter was possessed and is now at peace. The town want to know how they will get to paradise, and Dean says to the woman she is going somewhere else as she has killed innocent people, so no heaven reunited, no, not with your son, not with anything. You're going straight to the pit, you're going straight to hell because you've killed innocent people in the name of a false prophet and a false god. Sam asks where Dean is going. He says he's about to clean bandages out of his car, yet the engine is on and he's off. Sam screams his name. Where is Dean going? Has he realised there is no other way and that he must be the vessel, or is he leaving so that he doesn't become the vessel? Dean shows up at Lisa's house, which is Ben's mother, and he's going back to his happiest time. I have no illusions, and he is talking about his life as a hunter. He wanted Lisa, and it's his happiness, her and Ben. He can't come in. He says, take care of yourself, Lisa. She wants to get a beer and talk, and she thinks they are going to get really bad. Things are going to get worse. What he deals with, that he has to tell her. Dean says she will be safe, and he's not going to do what he needs to do until he knows that they are safe and everyone is around him that will be protected. Dean has to decide, so does Sam. What will happen? Is there another way? A way we haven't thought of? Right now we need a Bobby Singer miracle. Supernatural Season 5, Episode 18, Point of No Return, the build-up to the season finale. Recap again, family, faith and hope, questions and consequences, actions and consequences, Zachariah complaining and having a sook about not getting the results he needed. He's in a bar complaining, shaking in the noise. Again, fuck you, Supernatural, this fucks with my good ear. So Zachariah says, no earthquake, my boss. All that yummy bourbon just strewn all over the place from broken bottles. We could have drank them first before you started that shit. Back in business, boys. He leaves singing Oh When the Saints Go Marching In. It's game on, it seems. Dean's cracking a bottle of whiskey on his own in a motel, like a more depressing moment, especially with the boo-hoo music playing. Dean packs up his gun and his coat and he sends them to Bobby. Sam says, sending someone a candygram, which is from Blazing Saddles. This is how it ends. He's walking out. Sam, all you've ever done is walk away. Dean saying to Sam, he does it. Why can he not do the same? Sam, you know I have to stop you. Dean, you can try. Dean drops sass to Bobby. How dare you, you dick. Bobby, you can't give up, son. Dean, you're not my father and you ain't in my shoes. Fuck you, Dean. Bobby would die for you. Bobby has a round where he thinks about taking his own life every day, and Bobby says why doesn't he do it? Because he promised Dean he would. Castiel says something has happened, and something has happened. His head is hurting. Now he's in the woods. What is shifting? What has happened? Castiel is being watched, bird's eye view type of thing where he's walking. Not creepy at all, is it? God/heaven, biggest voyeur channel out there. Castiel is attacked from behind with an angel blade. Remember, only an angel on angel can kill each other with that blade to take out that angel. There is a body in the ground and Castiel fishes them out. Things are tense. Castiel has brought Adam, the other option again. Why didn't they use Adam before, as he was dead already? Perfect vessel. Adam was in heaven, a prom date kissing someone. Angel said he was chosen and that Dean and Sam aren't to be trusted. Castiel says maybe they realise that Dean isn't going to roll over. We are blood but not family. Seems the angels have promised him an eternity with his mother again. Manipulations and no payoffs, as he could die and we are not saved. Sam cannot change the past, and Sam and Adam, thinking the boys are full of it. They knew they had another brother. I feel they would find him, but they would want him to be like part of their life. He wouldn't want to be part of that life. They would try and protect him. Castiel looks at Dean and his response is to that, as the last person who looked at me like that, I got laid. Zachariah is a douche and he keeps saying to Adam that his mother will be here soon. And now Castiel has put the sigil on his bones so he cannot be found, no angel, no demon. Zachariah is so full of hate for the brothers and his poison. The end is nigh. The apocalypse is upon us from a preacher outside. You pray too hard, and Castiel hears it and starts beating up Dean as he feels Dean has been a waste of time, everything he has sacrificed for him, etc. What the hell happened to him, Castiel? Angels have taken Adam to that room, that room that Dean was in at the end of last season. Zachariah has just told Adam that he's out, and he ain't seeing his mother again. But he was the bait. He will still be seeing his mother, yet I don't believe him. Angels are douches, angels are dicks. One blind spot family, that's what they used for Adam. Angels are evil. Dean knows it's a trap and he will say yes eventually, and Sam doesn't think he will. 5 angels protecting Adam, a situation Castiel doesn't want to go through, so he has to take matters into his own hands before everything must go down. Castiel, is always ripped the piss out of, that he is incapable, yet he takes on his roles till the end, the perfect employee. Castiel has inscribed a sigil on his vessel, presses his hand against it, and they all go somewhat. That isn't there. Dean enters the warehouse and looks around. It's a trap. Dean, did you really think it was going to be that easy? Dean is overprotective of Adam, and Zachariah keeps hurting not only Sam but Adam. No other choice, no choice but the choice of being ridden into battle by Michael to take out Lucifer so that no one else has to die. To fight in a childish family battle, cause the angels cannot do this themselves. Would they? Would they though? They seem to be selfish and much worse for keeping their word than demons, and humans for that matter. He's coming, is he? And Zachariah is getting off on it. Before Dean has some conditions, and one is Michael has to show Zachariah first because he's a dick and he has to die, of course. The poor guy, I liked him in Wayne's World. He was so simple and gentle. In this, he's just ruthless and he's just a dick. Popularity contest to have Dean's vessel and then the angel blade through Zachariah, and he says, "You are a maggot." Dean/Michael says, "But I am." And he's like noise of the angels and bright light. He doesn't manage to get Adam though. Poor Dean's trying to get him and he can't. We will take the fight to them and do it our way, Sam. Sounds good. So, episode 19, Hammer of the Gods, recap, Loki and the story so far. So, Loki's back, which is not Loki, he is Gabriel, and basically it's the role of destiny that he's chosen, family fighting, family fuel. It's filler to the point until you find out about the other gods, Gabriel the trickster, Loki, how he's had to change himself so he flies under the radar. He actually was in love with a god who's actually at this weird ass hotel that the boys end up coming across, and I really because one of the roads that they were on was closed, so they had to find a motel, and this motel has like got all of Sam's and Dean's favourite things in it basically, and food and everything like that. The concierge is a bit of a creepy guy. Apparently he's actually pagan, you find out anyway at the end. Dean tries chatting up the beautiful woman and she says no repeatedly, and this is the woman, the god, who is actually in love with Gabriel. Dean says, unpucker and eat something to Sam. Still playful at the end, kind of. Reminds me of when he was about to go to hell cracking jokes even though he knew he was scared. We will find a way to kill Lucifer. Fine, Cass and Adam. Dean says this to Sam. Night off for the boys for the first time in ever. Severed arm in the kitchen. Dean is looking at a couple doing young love things. Sam asks him, what are you 12? Dean responds, I'm young at heart. A huge bang and a shaking happens and the boys go to check it out. An engagement ring on the rug, but the concierge said they checked out. He takes it for the lost and found. Weird. They are random. And Dean notices he's creepy like Norman Bates. Sam is observing and following him to see where he takes him, and Sam is bleeding a nick on the neck because the concierge has managed to get their blood because he needs their blood because that's what apparently they need. An EMF is going nuts as Dean walks past. He sees an elephant, then he walks back again. A gathering is happening and the front doors are locked. Sam has realised that they were led there. I wonder why. Motel hell, Dean says about the hotel, as the kitchen has people soup. People in the kitchen are locked in the freezer. So now the boys realise that they have seen what they have seen around the hotel are gods from other cultures and they're all here. Guests of honour have arrived, talking about the Winchesters, ground rules, no slaughtering each other, the Judean human apocalypse. If they don't work together, there will be nothing for anyone. Gods fighting and arguing around a table. Boys try and leave and the hot woman shouts and causes a scene saying stay. It's them or us. Here we have Gabriel / Loki. Wrong place, wrong time with you two. We can't stop it, gang. The adults need to have a little conversation. Clicks his fingers and they end up back in the room. Dean, bite me, Gabriel. Gabriel, maybe later, big boy. Uber bond, lol. Gabriel said he doesn't care, but he likes the hot one. Lucifer is going to fingerprint with all those other gods. The Legion of Doom, the gods, and they will tell them he is Gabriel. His response, I am in witness protection from who? So the gods aren't killing each other, but are ganging up together to kill humans at the hotel. It's just fucked up. Ghostfacers ad from that stupid fucking show from other things. I again don't like it. It's documentarians, it's fucking terrible. Callie, who's the hot woman, tells everyone he's Gabriel, like the Archangel, and she stabs him with his own angel blade. Only another angel can wield that sword to actually kill him. I want nothing better than to slit your throat, Dean, to the gods, he said. Work together or you can eat me. Literally, he wants the humans let go, which they do. Gabriel is in the car because he hasn't been killed. Gabriel gave Callie a fake angel blade. Sack up and let us take out Lucifer. Dean to Gabriel. Lucifer checking in and he looks terrible. His vessel is fucked because, like I said, his vessel is okay, but it's not his actual vessel, so it will start to deteriorate and fail. Pagan, I don't understand you. To the concierge, he said, you are worse than humans. Fuck you, Lucifer. And he killed the concierge. Lucifer masking everyone. Yes, you didn't say, Mother, may I? Lucifer says. Hot lady is in flames with her arms and then gets punched out by Lucifer. Here comes Gabriel. Lucy, I'm home. Gabriel to Lucifer. Over a girl, Gabriel? As he asked the boys to bring his lady over. You are a great big bag of dicks, Gabriel to Lucifer. I'm going to smash up all my toys. Again, Gabriel to Lucifer, because he's basically saying that Lucifer was loved the best by their father and he couldn't handle when the new baby came home, which is humans and earth and stuff. So Gabriel says to Lucifer, basically he's throwing his toys out the pram, he's being immature and he just needs to fucking stop and just stop this stupid ass behaviour, basically. Gabriel has admitted he is not on Lucifer's side, but the humans. He tries to trick Lucifer and he stabs him with his own angel blade. Because Gabriel he does that mirroring thing where he does like the fake version of himself, but Lucifer says, I've taught you, little brother, everything that you need to know, so he knew that he would do that, like the astral projection thing. Lucifer actually is really upset when he actually realises that he has killed his brother, and he says that you learnt your tricks from me. He actually genuinely shows remorse for killing his brother and his kin. Casa Erotica is something that Gabriel gives to Dean and tells him to look after it. It's a DVD that they put into their laptop and they read it as a porno, basically. And he's in it. And I'm like, why the fuck am I watching this? I am dead. They said they can shove his ass back into the pit of the cage. The key to the cage, so there's 4 keys apparently. It's the rings of the horseman, and apparently if you get them, then you can actually lock him back in his cage. But again, you have to see the spell, and you have to get that before you can actually take him out. So basically, they're watching this DVD, and it's basically them they're getting help from Gabriel from Beyond the Grave because, again, yes, his brother killed him, but also he's in the side of the humans, so he doesn't want people to die on Earth to get fucked, basically. So he's basically trying to tell them. So they have 2 rings already from previous episodes, and now they just have to get pestilence and death. So the boys are on a mission to get these last 2 rings. Then a guy is sneezing all over a shop. A cashier, it's bloody disgusting because he actually fucking sneezes in his face. Patient fucking X, come on, pandemic style. So he's on the move and he's spreading disease as he goes. And it's actually Taggart from Eureka who's actually Pestilence, I think? Yeah, Pestilence, yeah. So the recap is showing Crowley in the journey so far. Rings keys to Lucifer's cage, that is the mission at hand, to stop them being taken over by angels and fighting to the death. An episode about epidemics, pandemics, and vaccines. We lived this already. This is pretty much a big, massive. This is again very futuristic. This episode alone, I may have done that about movies that have been close to the truth or close to things that have happened in the future, but this is in the past. So there's a guy and he's like, and I'm running an experiment, and then he injects, then he shuts them in a room, and then they start attacking each other, and it looks like it works. That's what he says. It's a rage virus, and have we seen this before? Yes, we have seen this before. This is, in fact, the Croatoan virus. Yes, it is. The thing that they tested before. Everyone is sick and is wearing masks. Again, this is pre-COVID. Talking about a strain, again, this was way before COVID, and they're saying it's a rare case of swine flu. No cases, and then they went to 70 in 2 days, which is quite a lot for a small little town. They are saying that 4 towns he's gone through and no idea where he is hitting next, but as Bobby says, he's heading east. But they have the Croatoan virus. They are wondering when they will use that, which is basically what they're using right now. Fancy a fag. Fag is a cigarette here in the UK. And fancy a fag in a chat. That's what Crowley says as he appears in the Impala. Enough to make you crap yourself, just randomly appearing in the back of the car. Call your dog off, Crowley to Dean. He said he can get pestilence. Shut up, the both of you. He said he didn't know about the Colt being useless against Lucifer. They ate my tailor, Crowley says to the boys about Lucifer. How everyone is after him as he looks like a traitor to his own. Do you want the horseman's rings or not? Yes, I know all about that. Crowley is on the lam. Crowley has been watching them and he put a tracker, a little coin in the Impala, and he admits that Crowley wants in with taking out Lucifer. They're looking for the horseman's stable boy and they find out that the horseman's stable boy is actually someone from Sam's past. Crowley wants to sell him as well. Distribution of a vaccine, even though it's not fully tested again. Doesn't this sound familiar, people? Head of the company is a demon and is about to make a call in a way that only a demon knows. And what is that? With a chalice and blood. Crowley doesn't trust them, and he's asking them if they want his help. Will they do as he asks? Dean, wait, I'll go. Bobby is researching. He says maybe it's time to go crazy. Sam is discussing about jumping bodies when possessed. Sam's crazy is a bit too crazy. It's called possession for a reason. He's gonna use all your chinks in your armor to use against you. What the actual fuck? Because again, that word means something else. But he's basically talking about any sort of gap in your armor, any sort of thing where they can get in to manipulate and use it against you, basic. Crowley is killing people, and he's like, what the fuck face? Dean to all the dead guys with their throats slit. We're on a tight schedule. Now we're squeamish. Crowley says that to Dean. Pep talk from Crowley. Try to be convincing. Bargaining with the horseman, he didn't want the other rings, but he doesn't want the retribution for what the boys have done. Dean, what was that? Crowley, your ignorance. You can't fake that. Don't trust a demon, Crowley to Dean. Crowley, your ignorance. You can't fake that. Don't trust a demon. That's what Crowley says to Dean. Not for me, you son of a bitch. Dean to Crowley. That's what you get for working with a demon, Crowley to Dean. And it's not like you've not had a fucking warning. Look at Sam. What history? Talking about the stable boy. And Sam and Dean isn't happy. And Sam, but Dean isn't happy. Dean, I need you to stay on game. Focus. Sam's college roommate, or classmate, sorry, he's not Brady. He hasn't been Brady since, 6 months after freshman year. And he introduced him to Jess and he loses it. Crowley says the best shit. And he's so funny and it's really candid. Lucifer isn't going to let Crowley die, apparently. How's it going? Did you buy Girl Scout cookies? Where's your moose? Is he cooling off? Now Crowley is kicking a demon hive. Sam is talking to the demon possessing his college classmate, who's admitted he killed Jess. Sam cuts him shallowly in the neck, like he wants him to suffer but he doesn't want him to die. Basically, as the demon wants to be taken out and he just doesn't want to take him out, he wants him to suffer for what he did to Jess because Jess actually trusted him and let him in, and he was talking about how she was baking cookies and stuff like that, like really making him upset, which is telling him how she died. Fucking drive anyone insane hearing about the one they love. Lovers in League of Satan. Hello, darling. Crowley, or Brady. Where is Pestilence? Crowley said, a hellhound. And he realised he's been tracked and puts the coin. He flicks it to Dean. He goes to get the salt, and even demons don't like the sound of hellhounds. Maybe this is because Crowley said that Brady is a traitor. Today. Crowley said he was back because he was invested. Sick him, boy. And that's what Crowley's own hellhound. That's what he says to him. Sick him, boy. Which is bigger than the one that was sent to follow. Brady's hand over Pestilence's location. Like I said before, you're in my boat now. Crowley to Bradley. So, Crowley is for himself, not for anyone else, and he will help the boys, but if it comes down to it, he's a demon and he will double cross them at some point. Bobby, I will pump you so full of rock salt you'll be crapping margaritas again. He says the best things, and that's to Crowley. Why are you snake calling me? Bobby to Crowley. There's a technicality. Make a wish. Give me your soul for death. Okay, here's my counter. And shoots Crowley. Ouch! Yeah, that's really funny the way they are together. So it's Supernatural, Season 5, Episode 21, 2 Minutes to Midnight, and this is a really good Iron Maiden song. I like it when they've got songs actually that represent the episodes, don't you? Recap to the finale. Usually it's a double episode for the finale. Everything and anything, new relationships, new characters, new stories, current storyline, and all about Lucifer and the big fight between Michael and Lucifer and the boys. What will happen? We are in Davenport, Iowa. Pestilence giving patients illnesses and testing shit out on humans, and telling the humans before they die that he is actually using them as petri dishes to give them everything to see how their body reacts and how long it takes for them to die. He wants to make them suffer and see how long it takes. He's a wee sick puppy. Woman pukes green pea soup and dies. Green pea soup, very Exorcist-like. Dean asks Bobby if he knows about Sam's ruthless plan. He said you could have gave me a heads up. Castiel is in hospital. Castiel is out of Angel Mojo and cannot go anywhere, like with his wee boopy places and stuff. He has to do things like a human because he has no powers whatsoever because he get totally drained. Castiel apologises to Dean for not believing in him and for thinking that he would give up to Michael, and Dean says thanks, I appreciate it, that he apologised for feeling like that. Dean is many things but no traitor. He will always do the right thing, and even when it's wrong for himself. Improve. You never know what will come out of your mouth. Dean to Sam. To a security guard. And they are watching security footage to find Pestilence. Seems like they have had demons in the nursing home. He hugs her while covered in green puke. Then he twists his ring and makes people puke like an instant kill. Now Dean is coughing and Sam is too, and they are getting weaker. Everyone is either dead or getting sick. We must be getting close, Sam says to Dean, and Dean says, you think? As they are struggling to keep steady and they start to drop themselves. The demon, the doctor, will see you now. And it's Pestilence. Sam, Dean come right in. He knew they were coming, of course he did. You boys don't look well. Is it the scarlet fever, the meningitis, or the syphilis? However you feel right now, you will get much worse. Disease itself, it's very pure and single-minded. Bacteria have one job, divide and conquer. And in the end, it always ends up the same. Pestilence is asking how much pain the boys are in, and Castiel comes in and he realises that Castiel isn't strong enough. But Castiel gets enough energy to cut off his finger. Pestilence says they are too late. 3 million people will die and Chicago will be taken off the map. Death will be there. I had help, Bobby said, and Crowley says, don't be so modest, I barely helped at all. Go ahead, tell them, Crowley, to the boys. Bobby sold / pawned his soul to Crowley. and they asked, "Did you kiss him?" and said no. Then Crowley has taken a picture and was asked, "Why did he use tongue? Why did you take the picture?" They just found out that Crowley is always a demon first and that he shouldn't be trusted. Well, he did say don't fucking trust a demon, so there we go. And Dean always says it anyway. Sam and Dean heart to heart about how screwed up ever he is, but he's all they got. Crowley's eavesdropping and says, "and scene." And then he does like a hand gesture of like, you know, the way they used to do it, like and scene, like improv. He shows them the vaccine is being rushed out, and again, very similar to real life. Step 1, infect. Step 2, vaccinate, and it's Croatoan. You boys need to stock up on everything. It's going to go Zombieland, and again, that movie wasn't out then, I don't think. Or was it? I'm not sure, but it's Zombieland, it was funny. Death has shown up in his vehicle, but it's not black. It's a kind of stone colour, really old looking car. It's really nice. A guy walks into Death and the guy responds with, "Hey, watch where you're walking," and then he drops dead in the street. The song lyrics, "I am death and death is near," so giving us a warning that we are in the final days, and that is game on. Castiel says this is the 11th hour. He feels hopeless. Bobby tells him to stop moaning and load the truck. "Good luck with the zombie apocalypse and good luck with killing Death, Sam," is reminiscing about the old days. Crowley has given Dean a weapon that can kill even Death and angels and everything. And Castiel asks him how he gets it, and he is all coy about it. Crowley has given Bobby back his legs. He says, "You just gonna sit there," he said. He worded his wish wrong and he changed it so that he could walk. And again, he can do that because he's actually the boss and like the head Crossroads demon at this point before he actually becomes a spoiler. Someone of a bitch, what Bobby says, which is again not his catchphrase but Dean's. Crowley acts like it's nothing and Bobby thanks him. Bobby's at full power, but again he wouldn't be as being in a chair, not being able to use your legs, you would have your weaknesses, and again you would probably be more a hindrance than actual help. You and Dean have resisted Michael, and now Michael is an Adam. If Sam takes offer from Lucifer and he feels the war, the battle, well, it's going to be fucked up. He must drink more demon blood than he has ever done to prevent the vessel from exploding. The trucks with the vax are starting to leave, so the boys and Castiel are well about to get distracted and are about to cause a distraction and try to prevent the vaccines leaving. But then one van gets out. They all have Croatoan in them, and Sam gets serious and points his gun at them with Bobby and shoots them. The vaccination, basically, people get infected with the flu, as you do. Then they're given a vaccination that's not a vaccination. Again, sounds familiar. That actually gives them Croatoan and gives them other things wrong with them. Yeah. So, have you been watching Supernatural? Because it seems like it. Crowley says he doesn't know where Death is and says he strongly suggests that we get out of here. He's a wee pain in the ass, but I love him. Crowley says I found him. He's in a pizzeria, and Crowley is already inside using his wee transport teleportation powers. Everyone but Death is alive in there, and Dean drops his scythe, and Death responds with, "Thanks for returning that." He invites Dean to sit down and says the pizza's delicious. Sit down. Took you long enough to find me. I've been waiting. And again, the actor who plays Death also plays really kind of dark characters and stuff. And he's always in like Stephen, like really, I think he was in Kingdom Hospital and stuff. He was kind of that type of gothic type character. He's always kind of typecast that way because of his look. Dean thinks he's going to be killed. Death says he's older than Earth and saying that humans are insignificant to him. He asked Dean to eat, and no one can remember who came first. Death, chicken, egg, whatever, everything else, God will die too. Whoa, this is way above my pay grade. Dean to Death. The leash around my neck, he wants that removed. Lucifer controls Death and wants Dean to help him to tar the bullets out of Lucifer's gun. I understand you want this, and he wants to give the ring to Dean. Chicago can stay because Death loves pizza. There are conditions you have to do, whatever it takes to take Lucifer, put him back in his cage. Your brother is the only one who can stop this. Let Sam go into the pit, and if he has the ring, well, and he has the ring. Well, do I have your word? Death says to Dean. Now, it better be yes. You can't cheat Death, Dean, which he knows. Now, would you like an instruction manual? Debating on Sam's decision with Bobby. Now, this is the finale of season 5, and it's called Swan Song, and basically the recap is literally everything, telling the boys to suck it up and just play the roles they were made to do and not fail type thing. Such a speech. Basically, it starts off with Chuck writing and he's narrating about the history of the Impala, where it was made, how it was built. The story starts and ends. He explains all the little things about the Impala that their father bought, how Dean and Sam made it the car it is with the memories, like the Legos stuck in the fan or the aircon and it rattles and you hear it every time. The little army man that's stuck in the ashtray that Sam did and stuff that makes character and it makes the car what it is today, and it's the memories of, the kids doing that over the years. There's a lot of sentimental attachment to Baby and who is the Impala. Dean has to tell Sam that he's in and let him say yes, but he will back up his plan and Sam is surprised. Death has told him he must do as he says and he cannot fail. Dean is being, big brother, father and friend, talking to Sam and telling him he's got to let him grow up and stop treating him like a child. We've just had that conversation with Jo and her mother when she was dying, basically. But the pep talk is real. Then the camera pulls out and it's the boys drinking beer and they're sitting on the Impala as Chuck is still continuing to write this story and narrate everything. Lots of milk cartons with blood for Sam to drink, so it's going to be a party then. Bobby is checking up on Dean. Bobby has found Lucifer. He is in Detroit of all places. It's like a war zone anyway, so no one will notice, I suppose. Dean jokes about Castiel sleeping, and Sam says angels don't sleep, that's how weak he is. That his human vessel has to sleep, basically. He said he would jump your bones in Detroit. Yeah, because that sounds disturbing. Sam looks scared. Not sure. He just kind of looks confused. Kind of has this weird gullible look about him again. I wonder what's going through his brain and how he is feeling. Jared really grows so much with this season, and again, every season he does, the boys do, as actors and as a family. Showing how much of an amazing actor he is and how he presents himself in camera with all the different actual versions of himself he's got to play, like Sam, evil Sam, possessed Sam, demonic Sam, then Lucifer as Sam. It's really, really good to see how such an amazing actor he is and how talented he is, how he can actually do all these different roles and he does them so exceptionally well. And again, everybody knows me everybody asks me, are you team Dean or Sam? I'm neither. I'm team Bobby and team Crowley, basically. But the boys, I always used to be Dean more than Sam. But when you actually look at it objectively, like I do through each and every season, you actually realise that Sam is actually stronger than he realises. And he goes through so much and still comes out the other side. He's been evil, he's been good, he's been human, he's been the devil, he's been lots of things. And yet, he still comes back to the fold with his brother. Sam also asked Dean to promise that he will go find Lisa and Ben and have a boring apple pie life when this is over, because he wants his brother to have happiness of some sort. Demons, 24 of them, something's up. He's here. I know it was. I know this. Bobby and Dean speaking to Sam. Bobby looks like a father. He's wanting to protect the boys and knowing that he cannot save Sam, that the destiny thing cannot stop anything he can do, and Sam says he will give him all he's got. Bobby has asked him to, and again respecting him as a father, as a friend, and as a fellow hunter. Castiel is saying you'll be fine. Even Castiel is shite at lying in this situation, but he's trying. So Sam takes the demon blood and drinks all of it. Okay, let's go. Dean looks so distressed and worried. Sam, we're here. Your son is a bitch. She's in. Come and get it. So the plan was to act like they randomly appeared if it was written so they can go off book. They have gone off book before with Chuck's writing. That's all been done. The blemishes are what makes the Impala special and sentimental. Choked full of Ovaltine after Sam takes out demons without touching them. I know you have the ring, Sam. And Sam tries to negotiate their lives, their parent, etc. Lucifer says to Sam, I have never lied to you, so tell him. One round, no trick. If Sam wins, Lucifer goes to the cage. If Lucifer wins, well, no choice. And and Dean says no, and Sam says yes. Bright light, angel noise, I think I may puke. That noise does so much shit to me and it's not in a good way. The ring's put together and Dean starts chanting and the building starts to break apart. Sam says, I can feel him. He says, go now, Sammy. And then he cannot, as Lucifer is so strong. I was just messing with Sammy, is long gone, and here is Jared in his element. Sam/Lucifer picks up the rings. I told you this would always happen in Detroit, and disappears with the rings in Sam's body. Dean's devastated and in tears and not knowing what's going to happen next. That's the thing with both Jared and Jensen, when they do these kind of really emotional, powerful scenes about family and about the brothers and their bond. I want to know where he goes to actually properly show that he is shocked and he is in despair and he is upset and he is devastated. I want to know where he goes, because it's really amazing to see his process when he actually is on the show. Lucifer says, "Come on, Sam, I can feel you scratching away." He's speaking to Sam as if he was there, and he said he is not the bad guy. Technically God is, and they are talking in a broken mirror, like they are two different people. They are both disputing about what's going to happen and what will happen. We are two halves that make a whole, he is saying. That this would always happen. Saw it, Lucifer says, I'm your real family, and that he was running towards Lucifer. I let Dean live. I want you to be happy. I don't want anything from you, not to even a little payback. Sam Winchester, this is your life, showing him people from his past possessed by demons, saying as Azazel was watching him throughout his life and guiding him. So daddy douchebag going hunting, leaving the boys for his own well missions, his revenge to avenge Mary, helped by walking away and abandoning the boys and letting the demons in instead of protecting them. Bobby isn't able to help. They put all their hope in one basket, and here they are, trusting demons and death, trusting Lucifer. And all for what? A shitty deal? What? They lost Sam anyways. Chuck is writing a memoir instead of the Supernatural series. He wrote it was all about brothers as they had each other. Dean calls Chuck. Sam said yes, and Chuck said he saw it. Dean asked, when is it going to happen? High noon tomorrow at the old boneyard in Lawrence. It has to end where it begins. And if you weren't aware, Lawrence is where their mother died, and that's where their house was, where Sam got the drop of blood when he was 6 months old, and where his mother tried to protect him and she was killed in the process. So it's basically everything that happened in Lawrence seems to be the whole thing of it happening all the time. It seems to be kind of the marker for this kind of storyline in their lives. So back to the place where their mother and their family, where their lives changed forever, and how their father went from being a loving dad to a selfish hunter, putting his own revenge in the way of raising his boys. He chose to abandon, leaving Dean to be the father to Sam, not the big brother always looking out for Sam while their father left them for the good. Yet it doesn't seem to be, does it? As their mother didn't want to hunt. She wanted a family, a happily ever after, and John took this away from their boys. Protecting them from who? Evil or John himself? Sam and Adam, Michael and Lucifer, asking why their father chose this test for them and why they have no answers. We are brothers, yet for Lucifer it sounds as if he actually cares about his family. No one makes father leave. He's doing this to us, Michael. Michael thinks Lucifer is a monster and he has to die. Look at what a controlling father has done to his children, putting them against each other instead of working shit out. Def Leppard is playing, and it's Rock of Ages, and all you can hear is the intro to the song, and then the one line, it's better to burn out than fade away. So that's such a blenderous song, and Dean is like there in the Impala, like a referee, and that song's playing in the background. Am I interrupting something? It's not a party till Dean arrives. Yes? You are no longer the vessel, you are no longer part of this story. Listen, ass butt. Best line from Castiel ever, apart from when he says whore this season, and hits him with holy fire. No one dicks with Michael but me. Then explodes Castiel. You dick. Sam, can you hear me? You know I tried to be nice for Sammy's sake, but you are such a pain in my ass. Lucifer to Dean. But he's not ready to give up on Sam. Bobby shoots him. Then he kills Bobby by breaking his neck, and Dean is devastated and screams no. Lucifer is punching fuck out of Dean, and Dean has been like an emotional punch bag for Sam, and he keeps saying to him that he's not going to leave Sam, and he's getting beaten up to a bloody pulp, and he's like, I'm here Sam, just do what you have to do. It's absolutely devastating to see what Dean looks like, man. He is some Nick, by the way. He is absolutely fucked up. His face is all fucking bloated and shit from the way he's being punched. It's horrific. Sam sees the army man in the ashtray and he starts to see his past, or Lucifer is allowing Sam to see his memories one last time, who knows, and it looks so happy. Winchester's together again. It's better they go out together. He stops punching him and Sam has control. Dean looks terrible. It's going to be okay. Dean, I got him. He starts to chant with the rings, and the ground starts to swallow itself to take Sam to the cage. He looks scared, but he knows it's the only way to stop this. No fight, no end of the world, no nothing. Michael comes back and says he's got to fight his brother, it's his destiny, but Dean takes one look at Sam and Sam drags Michael down to the cage, the pit, with him. And a big flash and nothing in the ground is back to as it was and Dean is all alone. Dean is on his knees and Castiel heals Dean after he says, "You're alive." He says, "I'm better than that." Dean is like, "Are you God?" He said, "That is a nice compliment, but he's new and improved," and brings back Bobby, who also was killed for trying to protect the boys because it wasn't his time to leave. Dean has the rings in his hand. Chuck is narrating the ending, the story, and I laughed because he says the ending is all about tying up loose ends, always having holes in the story, and how endings are hard and you won't make everybody happy. Yeah, I have that problem with Supernatural sometimes. Dean is coming for God for losing everything. Where is my grand prize? No paradise, no hell, just more of the same. I mean it. Dean, what would you rather have, peace or freedom? You know you suck at goodbyes. Chuck says that Dean and Bobby don't see each other for a while. Getting Sam back, he made a promise, but when has that stopped the boys from rescuing each other? They always break that promise because they're brothers and they'll have each other's backs for life even when they ask each other to not. They just can't live without them. Dean shows up at Lisa's and says he may take her up on that beer now, and he hugs her. He breaks down. His normal life is just about to start, but he had to give up so much to get there. He chose family. Isn't that the whole point? Nothing really ends, does it? The episode is a reflection of what Dean wanted all along, a family, a quiet life, but not without Sam, and this is what is missing. Sam/Lucifer is watching Dean with Lisa and Ben observing while in hell. Or is he? Is he in hell? What did you think of season 5? What did I think of season 5? Well, season 5, I actually got bored halfway through, and it was because there was so much going on. Because I was watching season 5 when we were doing a lot of stuff for the Christmas podcast, so the stories and things. I didn't get a lot of time to watch it, so it wasn't boredom from that. There was just so much going on. I really enjoyed season 5. I didn't actually think I did. Season 1, I think, is one of my favourite seasons, but season 5 was great because we got to see Castiel get drunk and high and be obsessed with sex, which was great fun. We also got to see him explode a few times. We also got him saying bad language and being abusive towards people, and that's not nice, no. But it was nice to actually see him doing that and him not giving a fuck and him actually just being affected by things that wouldn't have actually necessarily affected him before because he is an angel. I really liked the way Sam and Dean were again. They realised being without each other, they're better off as a team, even though they're, as brothers, had to make a tough decision. So I really do like season 5, and I really, really enjoyed going through it with you, even though I was myself. There may be a few that I do myself. Once everything is back to normal, we'll see what we're going to do for the future anyway. But as I said, you're just going to get my lame-ass Scottish accent for a wee while. That's nice. But we all know there's another 10 seasons to go. We're all not even halfway through. So it would be good if we really got a nice ending. But it's Supernatural and it's the Winchesters. When do they ever get something that they actually deserve? They don't. They always get that taken away from them. Do you want another season after 15? Or let Sleeping Dogs lie? Or Sleeping Winchesters lie, should I say? I'd rather let Sleeping Winchesters lie. What do you think of season 5? What is your opinion? What's your favourite episode? Is there anything that you love? Are you loving the fact that Crowley's now back in it? Well, Crowley is in it. Because again, I absolutely love that character. I love that actor. Mark Sheppard's awesome. What is your favourite episode this season? Do you have a favourite bad guy, a favourite villain? What do you think? Do you think Lucifer's a dick? Do you think he's just a whiny shit that just needs to grow the fuck up? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that God should get in and be referee and actually fucking do his job with his children not fucking doing what they're doing, attacking humans and literally just causing chaos because they want to be centre of attention? Let me know. Who do you think is the real hero in this season? For me, it's a toss-up between Castiel and Bobby, I think. I always think Bobby's the real hero. He's the underdog, definitely. He's the one who does all the research and he does everything. Yet he's kind of seen as like secondary character when he's actually not. Without him, the boys wouldn't have half the shit and knowledge of actually doing some of the stuff. He's like the responsible adult. Let us know in the comments below. What did you think of season 5? What did you think of my solo performance here? If you enjoy these podcasts, remember to like, share, follow, You can catch us on Instagram, Twitter, which is X. We have a YouTube, we have a Buzzsprout, and Buzzsprout will show you where our podcast is available other than YouTube. We have Amazon Music and Spotify and a bunch of other places as well. We have confessions from the darkside at gmail.com if you want to reach out to us for anything, or if you'd like to be on our podcast at some point, or if you want to be a shouter or anything like that, just let us know. If you want to contact me, again, it's Behind the Mash Reviews, which is Bravo 3 Hotel Indigo November Delta Tango Hotel 3 Mother Alpha 5 Kilo Romeo Echo Victor Indigo Echo Whiskey Sierra at gmail.com, lunarxrising at gmail.com too. And we also have, both of us have Twitches, Instagram, and YouTubes, so you can get us all on our social media there. We do post every single Monday, and looking forward to season 6. If you've got any questions, or if you want to have a discussion in any of the comments, please let us know, and have an awesome day. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one. This is Confessions from the Dark Side, and I am Darcy Darkness. And that was Confessions from the Front Seat of the Impala, Season 5, Supernatural Breakdown and Discussion. Later.